Hey there, tomato heads. Lauren here, Mrs. Tomato Head. Apologize for being late. I was having a bit of a technical issue. My slides weren't loading, and without the slides, we don't have a very good episode. So, welcome. This is part 6, which is kind of hard to believe um, in a way. This is part 6 of my 2024 tomato grow list. Welcome if it's your first time watching. Welcome. We have a lot of fun. If you are a tomato head, I think you will love this. We've had a good time with this. What started out as me doing a live episode to present some of my varieties that I'm going to be growing in 2024, hopefully growing in 2024, has now turned into a series because basically I can't stop talking about tomatoes. Like, I can't just scroll through varieties. I have to spend an hour talking about each variety. So, if that sounds right up your alley, I think you'll be happy here. I like coming to you live because I like to share in the fun with you all. So, um, for example, hi, Yvette Meyer from France. I like to put as many comments up on the screen as possible. If you have anything to add at all, if you've grown a variety that I'm going to show, you want to say where you're from, like Yvette here has, please feel free. I like this to be an interactive broadcast and have fun with you guys. These are not short episodes. So sit back, relax. I saw a few people say they've got their notepads ready. You can find all the recordings of episodes 1 through 5 on my YouTube channel, which is Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. So if you're watching, yeah, looks like that. Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. I would appreciate if you could subscribe and like the episode. I also have a Facebook group that I've run since last July. And many of you, I'm sure, are members. If you're not, run, don't walk to join this group. It's fantastic. It is called Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. Looks just like this. It's much, much more than a seed swap group. It's a group where we really highlight and showcase the beauty of tomatoes. We have breeder resource sheets where you can find like a particular breeder, like Jarson, my favorite. And remind me, I have more to talk about Jarson. He emailed me a few days ago. Those of you that watched last time, like my world was rocked because Jarson emailed me. So there's more to the story. Don't let me forget. Jarson, Kazaula, Tom Wagner, Fred Hempel, Bill Yoder. We have breeder resource sheets, not for everybody. I'm currently at work on one for Alafirov, Cantati, Dean Slater, Blaine Horton. These are all in the works, but we do have a lot. Kina and Jen have added a lot. Also, in addition to breeder resource sheets, we also have like Kina has a PDF up there of all the variegated varieties. There aren't many places where you can go and do kind of one-stop shopping when it comes to tomatoes. We also showcase vendors, and in fact, we have a lot of vendors in our group and a lot of breeders. Bill Yoder's in our group. We have many, many breeders in the group. Micro dwarf breeders, regular tomato breeders. It's really a full collective. We embrace the newcomer who's never sown a tomato seed in their life, and we welcome the expert as well. So I really hope you will consider joining if you're not a member, because we do have fun. What else? If you're watching from in the group, I am going to give away prizes at the end. What happens is I draw 5 names of those that are able to watch live at the end of the episode, and then I give you a choice of the tomato seeds that you can choose from. I apologize for any of you that have won the past couple of days. I'm not ignoring you. My private messages have been a lot to keep up with. Plus, I'm doing these things that last a few hours. So have no fear. I will be getting to you. Yes, don't worry. I will hook you up. All the seeds are running. I'm likely running a few weeks behind. If you win something, if you've won something already that I owe you and you want to sow it for this year, please private message me. I do not mind at all. You're not bothering me. I want you to have these seeds. If it's not for this year, if you can grant me a little bit of grace to get these out, I would appreciate it. I started to say, so if you're in for the Facebook group, I use a platform called StreamYard, which allows me to stream not only into the Facebook group, but to my YouTube channel and our Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head Facebook page. This is a third-party platform, and it streams into our private Facebook group. So you need to grant StreamYard permission to use your name and profile if you want your name to show up, and if you want the giveaway tool to pick you up. So on my end, if you're not signed in, let me see if there's an example like this one. Don't know who you are, Facebook user. I'm glad you're here. But on my end, if you're not signed in, you will show up as Facebook user. Here's one here too. Hi, Lauren. Hi, everyone. Hi there. If you know that that comment is yours, please either sign in or switch over to YouTube and watch on my YouTube channel. When you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and I'll put the link in the comments here. It is in the show notes of the post you're watching from, but it's streamyard.com/Facebook. Looks like that. Go there only if you're watching from in the group. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, we're public, so that's okay. You're going to get to a page that looks like this. Please just press that blue button. If you don't care, if you don't want to win seed prizes and you don't care if your name shows up on my end, no worries. This is just if you want me to know who's commenting and if you want to be eligible to win some great seed prizes. And I've given away some amazing varieties from the past 5 episodes. So I wanted to be able to win, and I want to know who's talking to me. So let's get to some comments. I think part of the reason why it runs long too is I really like talking with you guys. Hey, my buddy Malachite Jen, who made my Malachite Twins mug. Isn't she talented? Hi, beautiful. Looking forward to see your final selections. Yeah, I did say it was the final episode, right? I think it's going to have to be. I'm not done yet, I will tell you that. I think we have another 20 varieties, which brings us to, let me see, 107, which means there's a bunch of Kazaulas that I'm growing, or a handful of Kazaulas that I'm growing that I cannot find pictures of. My friend Ramonte, my brand new friend Ramonte, hi Ramonte, she is an expert researcher on tomatoes. And we've recently developed a friendship thanks to our mutual friend Luke. And she is like, as much as I do tomato research and I feel like I'm very, very good at it, she's next level. So she's my new Biffle, my new best friend. And she's been helping me out a lot for this episode because there's some that I just can't find photos or information. In fact, she couldn't either. So I know if I can't find it and then she can't find it, it's not out there. Hello from Lithuania, Eva Stombrate. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. You know, I've been talking to a few people about the time that I've been doing these. So it's 4:10 p.m. here where I am in New Jersey in the United States. And I did not put any thought into the time with episode 1. It just happened to be like a block of time I had free. But what I've noticed is that I'm able to go to many of you that are in Europe and on the other side of the pond that, when I do it at night, my time, I'm not able to. So it's been a thrill getting to know some of you from overseas. And I'm so glad that I know it's still late for many of you, but I appreciate you being here. Hi, Sherry Lynn. You are one, Sherry. I know, and I spoke with your sister-in-law today. Do not worry. I will message you back. I apologize. I have not. Becca's here. Yay, I made it early. Fantastic. Lauren M. Hands, yellow, heart, red. Not sure what that means, Lauren M., but I'm glad you're here. Like your name. Hector. Hi, Hector. Glad to see you. Did you get your envelope from me yet? I hope so. Darla's here. Looking forward to another installment. Darla is responsible for the term loud flavor. Last year, she was starting to kind of get my vibe as far as the type of tomato I like, and that's her as well, I believe, right, Darla? She invented the term loud flavor, which has stuck. I think we need several different stickers for our group. In fact, I'm very happy to say, and I'm not sure if I should even announce it yet. I'll tell you this, one of you out there, one of our beloved TLC members who has been watching, her daughter's a very talented artist. And she approached me. I actually missed the comment the other day, but she watched the episode where it was Cynthia Floyd that was not poking fun at me, but I had said that I often grow the varieties that are hard to find, the ones in danger of extinction, because I feel like I need to save the variety, save the tomato. And she said, save the tomato. Save the tomato should be like our group motto. We need it on merch and all that. So this member, if you want to be known out there and you're watching, please feel free. I don't want to like say anything until you're ready, but her daughter has been designing something for us that is spectacular. So I'm hoping that we can announce this soon. We will have beautiful merch that, well, may start with just save the tomato. So it's amazing how, I often gush about our group, and I know you guys too. Calling it a group seems ridiculous. Even my other group, Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain, I call it a community. And that's what TLC is too. We're a real community. We really are a collective, the Tomato Lovers Collective. And we do swap, but we do a lot of other things tomato related. You grower loving the tank top. It's funny because it's true. We'll talk tomatoes with anyone. I have a t-shirt version of this too. And I was realizing not too long ago that I need more tank tops for when I'm gardening. So just got this one in. The other one's a t-shirt. This one's a tank. And I know Jen Joy wore one. Was it for Tomato Talk Live? No. It was for something else, but she recently got one too. What happens is somebody in the group will post, and there was a member who had this shirt, and I'm like, whoa, I don't have that one. And then without even talking, Jen and I just go and order it. Surprise, surprise. Blessed Vermont's here. Hello. We're ready here in Vermont. How are you feeling, Blessed Vermont? I know you were recovering the other day. I'm very glad you're here. Let's see. Gosh, so many comments. Oh, if you want to win, I don't think I even said this yet. If you would like to win tomato seeds, at the end of the episode, the way I do a drawing is just type in hashtag tomato during the episode in the comments, but you have to be signed in if you're in the Facebook group. Hashtag tomato, just like Lauren M has here. And then my giveaway tool will pick you up. We'll do a drawing at the end, and I will get you some awesome seeds. Kathy's here. Hey, buddy. How are you? So glad to see you here. Kelly's here. My Durrani, my fellow Durrani. Hi, Kelly. Glad you're here. Katrine's here. Hello. Glad you're watching. Germany. Hello, Annette. See, this is what I'm talking about. This time is great. Wonderful, wonderful. Olivia's here. Hi, Lorna group members. Hashtag tomato. Hey, my friend. Feel like we haven't talked in a while. Ramate. Hi, Lauren. So happy to see you again. Hi, all. I'm so glad we've become friends, Ramante. We're really like cut from the same cloth, you and I. Becca, everyone is busy starting their gardens. We're all slow right now. Yeah. And where I am, like we've had such busy weekends. We have busy weekends coming up. And tomorrow, we don't have anything going on this weekend. Guess what's supposed to happen tomorrow? Flash floods or something like that. Ugh. But I think Mr. Tomato Head and I were ready to start our official first installment of seeds, which may seem late to you guys, but if you've watched it all, I made a commitment to myself to not start seeds before the end of March, because my seeds, my process, they get very, very big in only a month. I know I keep sharing this. Oh, this guy needs water. This is my Bananas Noir. Looking a little crusty there. He needs to be up potted. This is from February 4th. So what is that, like 6 weeks? It really doesn't need to be bigger than this when you're planting. Yeah. So anyway, I said, I even put it on video. I watched the video recently. Do not let me start until the end of March. So I say this, however, then during these broadcasts, I'm hearing some of you say, like, ooh, had germination problems with bow mango. Um, various things. So even though I haven't officially started, I've started. I've started certain things. I've started some dwarfs. I've started Lavoisienne, my most anticipated variety. This one, which we've given away as prizes to several of you. This is fantastic looking variety from France. So I've started many things. Probably 2 trays full. But I'll have Mr. Tomato Head. So we'll do a batch this weekend. We'll do a batch the following weekend. And then the weekend after that, I think we'll start the plants I'm going to give away to people, because we give away, like, we pot from that to these 9-inch grow bags, seedling grow bags, not like the black ones, but seedling grow bags. So I'm presenting people with these massive monsters, and look, they're psyched. They're totally psyched, and I'm so happy. I love giving plants away, but that's a lot of soil, a lot of Fox Farm soil, and a lot of money. So we don't need to give away seedlings that are any bigger than that. We definitely don't. Um, Anybody else not plant yet, or not sow seeds, or anybody else doing staggering? That was another new idea I was going to do this year's stagger. There's no reason I have to start them all the same weekend. Could start dwarfs a little earlier. I'm going to do my garage tomatoes. Ramonte, I'm crying. Thank you, my friend, for beautiful words. It's true. It's true. I'm so glad that we've met. Rowena's here. Hi, Rowena. Peppers are germinating, so now I can concentrate on tomatoes. Yes, I felt a little late sowing peppers. I don't do many hot peppers. I'm doing like a Calabrian chili from Italy, which I did last year, doing sugar rush peach, which I did last year. Other than that, I'm doing only sweet. You know, just with the Calabrian chili, I get enough heat from that. And I love spicy. Don't get me wrong. I love spicy. And hot pepper plants are so beautiful. I just feel like there's so many other things I want to plant, more tomatoes, and there's some great sounding sweet peppers. So anyway, I saw everybody's been planting peppers, or seems like 6 weeks or so. So I finally sowed my sweet peppers. I'm looking at them over there, actually. And they've almost all germinated. Well, some of them are like this big, but I feel behind everybody else. Whatever. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Let's see. Diane says, yes, I've started to stagger some. Great. I thought, Licia is here. Hi, Licia. Staggering as well. Too many seeds I want to grow. Yes. And that happened. That's kind of how I got the idea, is that last year we did do it all in the same weekend, but then I'm hearing new things. I'm hearing, ooh, this one's really good. So like seeds then accidentally fall in soil. I accidentally grow a plant that I accidentally cannot kill, and then it accidentally goes in the ground. So we had our monster plants, but then we also had really tiny ones that were very last minute. And I feel like I was doing those, sowing seeds and getting a harvest until like the end of April, really. So that's when I'm like, there's no reason we have to do it all in the same weekend. They can be staggered for sure. My lawn keepers, I have started a dwarf one just out of curiosity, but those will probably be my last weekend, maybe even further, maybe well into April, for the lawn keepers, because they're going to be, the last ones. Who else we have? Sniper Cat. I started dwarfs March 17th and 1 tray of indeterminate tomatoes on 3/19. Exciting. Procrastinator here, Cheryl. I don't know. Pretend that it's deliberate. Facebook user, make sure you're signed in if this is you. Unless I add some extras that didn't make the final cut, I should be finished sewing. Awesome sauce. I'm going to put the link to this stream to watch it on my YouTube channel. That way you can be eligible to win prizes, or you can sign in using the process I shared a little while ago. But if you don't want to do that, just watch on my YouTube channel. You don't have to worry about it. Sniper Cat says, I will probably start another tray this weekend. Fantastic. Bernice, I don't start until the very end of March, first week of April. Same issue as you. Where do you live, Bernice? Out of curiosity. It's so hard, right? It's so hard because you see everybody else doing it, and then all of a sudden my brain plays tricks on me thinking I'm late. I'm late. Everybody else is doing it. I'm late. But first of all, we're all different climates. And second of all, I've fallen into that trap for a very long time, a couple decades. It's like, will I learn? So I'm trying to learn this year, even though I've got some seedlings that look like that. Those are going to be my garage tomatoes. Let me describe garage tomatoes really quickly. Last year, I started some things too early. They got too big, went from the solo cups to those 9-inch seedling grow bags I told you about. And then they outgrew those, which it says a lot because those things are big. It was a handful of them. So I stuck them in 10-gallon grow bags, and then I would drag them out during the day to be in the sun and drag them into the garage at night. I think there are about 10 plants. And while it was heavy work and a bit tedious, I got some early tomatoes. So this year I'm doing that intentionally and doing what I call my garage tomatoes. And I know Jen said that she was going to do the same. Jennifer Fox, waiting until the first week of April. I need to harvest the micro tomato jungle to make room for summer tomatoes. True story. You should see my micro tomato jungle. I was really hoping that they would all be ripened. I mean, by the time I need all these grow lights, chances are they'll be ripened and I can move the larger seedlings out here. But yeah, I think I have 10 micros that are ripe that I need to review. Gigi's Glory Multiflora, Heidi Dolan's variety, which looks beautiful. Bunny Kisses, Super Bunny, Chubby Bunny's just about there, lots of bunnies. Spiriditis Red, Pummelfee. What else is there? Ink Spot, which I already tasted. I grew that last summer, but I grew it again because I am working to cross that with something else, do my own breed, and I forgot to save seeds from it last year. And I never did a video review of it. So although I know it's a really good one already, I haven't done a video review. I feel like there's more. Whatever the case, hoping to get those all reviewed. Oh, one of the Tutti Frutti Mandarin summer last. That was an F1. So yeah, I've got a bit of a jungle too because I'm a crazy person. Heidi, I accidentally ordered more seeds after your last video. Exciting. Which ones did you accidentally order? Do tell. Rose says, only tomatoes I've started are the ones bred for the north that I intend to put out early using cozy coats. Great. I did an experiment using cozy coats or wall of waters. If you look at my previous videos, you'll see it. I did that last year. It's a very interesting experiment. And I think for those of you in the north, it could be a real great, they're known as season extenders. So if you don't know what they are, what is it? It almost looks like bubble wrap with these tubes going around it. You fill each compartment up with water and it forms a teepee around your plant. And so even in it'll freeze and it will protect your plant. And they say that you can start plants in there up to 2 months early. When it's sunny, you can open up the teepee, let it get sun. If it's going to freeze, you can close it back up. Yeah, really, really interesting. And I think for those in the north, it could be, I know a lot of people that say it's a real game changer. The link to my YouTube channel, I will put it up. Actually, I just put it up above, but I'll put it up again if I still have the link here. Let's see. There it is. Okay, that's the link to my YouTube channel. If you can like and subscribe, that would be great. D. Ivory, I started 68 varieties on March 15th, and so far only 28 have germinated. Oh, wow. Hoping they all want to be born. Yeah, that's quite a few. Wow, 315, 7 days. Yeah. Well, I'll send you good wishes. I don't know if you watched, I think episode 1, I was talking about one of Bill Yoder's Depeche Mode varieties that I'm growing. Linda Wicker Downing was kind enough to give me a few seeds from hers that she was able to get. There's one called, it's one that Jen Joy had it on her most wanted, Strange Love. It hasn't germinated. I said I was going to sow 2 seeds, and when they germinate, I was going to give her the other 2. And those I sowed, I think, on the 12th. On the 12th. I put one more seed in a couple days ago. Actually, more like 4 or 5 days ago, nothing. So I had one last seed that I put in my hydroponic unit. So poor Jen, I don't have any seeds for you, Jen. I'm sorry, but I will be well, hopefully it will germinate and I'll be growing it out because it looks spectacular. Heidi says I will be starting tomatoes first week of April. We've got Bulgaria here. Hello, Sashka. Hi, Lauren. Greetings from Bulgaria. I have already started my seeds in the middle of March. I do not have a greenhouse. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. Amanda, that's what I do with all my plants, Lauren, with grow bags. I know. I do a lot of my plants in grow bags too. We have a big in-ground bed, not big enough, but we have a big in-ground bed. That's been our standard for decades. And then Rob built us 2 new raised beds last year. I know I can squeeze another, at least 1 out of him this year, maybe 2. And then everything else is in 10-gallon grow bags for the indeterminates. And I've been doing 5-gallon for the dwarfs, and they do just fine. I think production is better in ground or in the bed, but just fine in the grow bags for sure. And there's so many benefits to grow bags. I've talked about this a lot over the past couple episodes. They're portable, so you can drag in and out, like I just said. You can add them to places where there's more sun or whatever. They're really great. Let's see. Luke says he's starting this weekend. That's great. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. I started all mine just uprooted yesterday. I had extras I couldn't kill, so I planted them outside. If they make it, yay. If not, oh well. Yeah. Robin says, second planting will happen later, waiting for seeds from Tomato Eden. Oh, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Gosh, she's been having all kinds of trouble with customs all of a sudden, which is really odd because she pays all this money to get all her seeds tested and to get this plant passport. And I understand that it's only for the European Union, I believe, but I have yet to have anything confiscated, but I know many in the group have. The good news is she makes good on it. It's all covered, but I feel she's such a nice person. I feel awful that she's got to do that. Facebook user, peppers are all potted up. Tomato seeds, roughly 100 varieties, lost count. Planted March 15th, are about ready to be potted up. Replanted some that had low germination yesterday. Terrific. If this is you, make sure you're signed in if you want to win a seed prize. Garden Girl, I'm in Michigan Zone 6 and learned my lesson the hard way. So this year it will be April before I start my other seeds. I don't plant out till last of May or beginning of June. Yeah, I'm a little earlier than that, but not much. Hi, Julia. I'm always finding more varieties to start than made my list and fighting hard to not get them in some soil. I know. Isn't it weird how they find their way into soil? It's like when we're not looking, all of a sudden, whoops, fell into soil. Hopefully water doesn't fall into there. Oops, water fell into there. And oh, it's in the light. And then it's a plant, a living, breathing thing. Can't kill it. Just can't do it. Time consuming to set up, but they do help. I assume you're talking about the season extenders or wall of waters. Not sure about 2 months though in Minnesota. I thought that was a bit of a stretch too, with 2 months, but maybe it has something to do with the climate. I'm not sure. And it was time consuming to set up, but yeah, for some of you, you can extend your season and your way up there. Awesome sauce. Heidi from Carolina's Paradise. Jarson. Oh, this is what you ordered. Jarson 1, 7 Rivers Tricolor, and Dwarf Ochre Heart. Not that I technically have room for any of them. Yeah. Well, hopefully they don't fall into soil because that would be a tragedy. Put them in soil. Kelly, thought my list was done, but now I've added Bananas Noir, Malachite Box, Black Hole Sun, and Girl's Weird Thing. You will not be sorry. Haven't tasted Black Hole Sun. That one I talked about 2 days ago. But the others, those are good ones. Those are good ones. Say it ain't so. Sending germination vibes to your strange love. I know. I know. I don't know what's going on. Surely the hydroponic has got to help. Some of you know about my struggle with a variety called B times Macbeth. It's a micro dwarf long keeper. I had seeds from a member, Joel McConnell, who was kind enough to give me seeds. He doesn't have any left, so please don't approach him. And they were like 10 years old. Plus, this variety takes a long time to germinate. It has wild tomato in it. It's one of Tom Wagner's varieties. So I put 2 in soil. I put the other 3 in damp paper towel in a Ziploc bag on a heat mat. February 1st. Nothing has happened in the soil, not a thing. And a few weeks ago, one of the ones in the paper towel germinated. And everything I read about it says it takes longer to germinate than others. They didn't give a time, but one germinated. I was so nervous. I put it in soil, and now it's a living, breathing plant. The other 2, still nothing in soil. The other 2 in the damp paper towel were doing nothing. I was going to toss them, and then I decided to put them in the hydroponic unit. Do you know within like 2 days, those both germinated? I'm sure, so having it damp and soft from the paper towel helped. But yeah, so now I've got 3 B times Macbeth plants, and I will be growing and saving seeds and distributing to all of you who want that. See, save the tomato, right, Licia? Save the tomato. Yay, success. Yes, yes. Very hard to find seeds for that. I want to see how Lauren likes Ochre Heart this year. Maybe I'll add it to next year if it's good enough. Amanda, my friend Amanda's Queen of the Dwarfs. In fact, I'm going to be talking about Amanda a little bit when I talk about my varieties for this year. Luke says, my list is fixed. 1 in, 1 out, and it will happen again today. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Lauren, check what I wrote today about Sarah Darwin method to germinate stubborn seeds. I will. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've got 3 in soil, 1 in the hydroponic unit, but I will. I know there's a lot of different methods. I figured since the B times Macbeth worked really well in a hydroponic unit, I'd give that a shot, but I'm curious to see. I know there's a lot of different, methods. I know Ken Fry's started snipping the end. There's, bleach, and he snipped the end, and it's a process that Kim Lund taught him of like hot water, cold water, hot water, cold water. There's a whole thing. I think he posted about it in the group. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what your method is, Ramonte. How is Ginny doing? Ginny's another micro dwarf, rare one, and she's growing. She germinated just fine, and she is growing. See? Save the tomato, right, Julia? Save the tomato. That's my motto. Homesteader Rachel says, good evening, everyone. I'm here learning about tomatoes. I didn't know that there were so many varieties. Happy to have you, Homesteader Rachel. Yes, there are so many varieties. And I like to showcase ones that aren't all that well known. So hopefully you learned something today. It's really just, I'm still shaking my head, you guys, that there's so many of you that are watching these. I shared the other day that after episode 4, a YouTube subscriber said that my videos are unwatchable because they're so long. And I do get it. But I think, you have to be really, really into tomatoes, and being part of the live's really special too. However, I do know many of you that can't make the live and you watch it afterwards. If you really love tomatoes, I feel like I give each tomato, I give all the information I can find on it. I show pictures and we talk about it. So that's what we're about. Just got here. Did I miss a lot? You didn't miss a thing. Not as far as my actual varieties go, Teresa, but I'm glad you're here. Just, shooting the breeze for the moment. Oh, Jennifer Bella's here. Hi, Jennifer. I will need to resow Ginny. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. The ones I'm having a hard time with for micros are Voroni Glaz or Crow's Eye. Kina just reviewed that. Chernichka or Blueberry, which came from the same company. Kina gave me seeds for both of those. And a variety called Aquarelle or watercolor. So I've just put all those in hydroponic too, hoping for the best. Luke, start singing. You can't stop the recordings. So I think, yay, says Teresa. I think because of the popularity of these, I am considering doing a once a week thing at this time to bring, because we get the time period, we get, so many people from Europe, like I said, and all over the world. So it's been a real honor sharing these with you guys. And I think once a week we can call it tomato school, or just kind of talking about tomatoes, going in depth on maybe various tomatoes of various breeders or types or whatever. So let me know if you guys are interested in something like that, and we can do this once a week. It's really just been so much fun. It's almost like an addiction. Oops, Alex is here. Hi, Alex. Live is super fun. If I'm watching afterwards, sometimes I skip the good parts. Sometimes I skipped the good parts. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That you know that you think there's good parts. I'm glad that you're not bored with what I'm sharing. Amanda, I know you're having trouble with crow's eye too. Yeah, the seeds themselves, if you look at them, they look kind of old. But that means nothing. My B times Macbeth were old too, so I'm not giving up hope. However, on my crow's eye, this is the last one. Oh, Kina is saving seeds. So if these don't work out, she's saving seeds and they look really fresh. She sent me a picture today. Can't call it tomato talk because Jen and I do tomato talk live. That's our thing. That is our thing. We'll think of a good name. But does it seem like this time works out for you guys? I know no matter when I do it, the time's not great for some. But I think I'm thrilled with how many people are watching. We have 95 live viewers right now, so that's incredible. Jennifer, I have seeds from 2018 doing well. Just keep trying. I resow some on Monday. Yeah, I've definitely had old seeds from various varieties germinate before. With B times Macbeth, like I said, because that has wild tomato in it, those do take longer. They're very, very small, hard seeds. But gosh, now I've got 3 plants growing, so I'm very excited. The 2 in the hydroponic unit, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to transfer them to soil, but I do have the one in soil that looks fantastic. Fantastic. Allison, hello. I missed the last part yesterday. Fell asleep. It was 2 a.m., but don't worry, I'm in Europe. Well, I'm glad you can at least come for part of it. Do you need lights indoors for the micros? Yes. Yes. I mean, some people do it windowsill, depending on how much light you have. It's really difficult to get enough light for micros without a grow light. But last year I had 2 micro dwarfs, really small varieties, Monetka and Mohammed, and I put them in 6-inch pots on like my kitchen windowsill, which doesn't get that much sun, to be honest with you. And they grew and they produced. They got very tall because when any tomato, if they're looking for sun, if they're looking for light, they'll just keep growing. So it wasn't that it wasn't a short variety. If it's true to type, it only, grows no larger than 6 inches. But these things were like 2 feet tall, very tall and lanky because they were searching for light. So you don't have to have grow lights. You can do that situation, but they will be reaching for light. And I got tomatoes off of it. How many tomatoes do you think an average you get from a micro? It totally differs by the variety. Some like Tiny Totem, you can get 10 to 15, but they're kind of mini beefsteaks. Then there's others like I'm looking at Super Bunny right now that's got a lot here. Let me get Super Bunny. It's not the healthiest looking plant. In fact, it needs water. It's really on the way out, as you can see. I've been waiting to review and I haven't had time. But you can see this one has a lot of fruit on it. A lot of fruit on it. So some Candy Berry had a lot, but they're smaller fruits. And then so there's some shorter, stockier plants that give you larger cherries, and you might get 10 to 15, maybe a little more, maybe more like 20. So it really depends. But if you're curious, I have a spreadsheet I have in the group. in the guide section that showcases every variety of micro that I'm aware of, and it gives information such as height, sometimes production, and we'll give you pictures so you can take a look at that. So my basement looks like this. I do have one variety, probably my most beloved variety right now, other than my old girl Vilma, who's 18 months old. I was given seeds by a member from New Zealand for a variety called Henry Harrington's Dwarf Cherry. You cannot get these anywhere but in New Zealand, these seeds. And now she's no longer allowed to trade because she had some issues with customs, not from my trade, but from a vendor. So I feel so blessed. It's almost ripe. It's the most adorable plant. If you guys want to see it, I can go grab it. But that one I cherish because you can't find seeds for it anywhere. And I will be, of course, reviewing, sharing seeds, but that's really special. And that's part of what I love about these varieties that I'm growing this year. And all of you, I mean, we are all going to have this epic growing season, don't you think? The varieties that we're growing, oh my gosh, it's just crazy. It's no longer just the standard stuff you get at the big box stores. We're getting some really awesome varieties. So I cannot wait to see what you all grow this season too. Gasp, will we ever get seeds for that one? The Henry Harrington's dwarf? You will once I save it, for sure. It's a real honor that she sent me seeds for that. I don't think she realized how much I would geek out about that. But you tell me I can't get seeds for it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. When I went to Florida in January, I told Rob and my son Jake, I'm like, you can let anything die, but not this one. Thankfully, they didn't let anything die. But yeah, that one's really, really special. Oh, yes. Thank you, Deb. Do you have a Mr. Jarson email update you can share? I do. Thank you. I forgot all about that. I don't know how I could forget about that. If you didn't watch the last episode, well, if you watch all of my episodes, you know I am a crazy, obsessed fan of Jarson tomatoes. Jarson is a breeder from Poland. He uses incredible tomatoes to make his crosses. For instance, Malachite Box, which is my number one favorite tomato. I showcased that in the last episode 2 days ago. He's a Cherokee Purple. He uses Ananas Noir, all kinds of great tomatoes to make his crosses. I grew two of his varieties last year, Jarson 1, Jarson 18-3, and Jarson 1 was the most spectacular, magnificent looking tomato I've ever grown. Very, very tasty too. So anyway, uber fan, major collector. I have all the varieties except for 3. Jarson 6, Jarson 32, and Jarson 33. It's amazing how I know that offhand. So a couple days ago, the day of this last episode, 2 days ago, I get an email from Jarson, completely out of the blue. And he says, it was pretty short and sweet, but he said, hi, Lauren, called me by name. Hi, Lauren, I'm glad to see that my tomato crosses have made it to the United States and that there are fans there. Wishing you a happy growing season, something like that. I freaked out, totally freaked out. And so I emailed him back, of course, and expected to never hear from him again. Not because I wanted that, but I'm like, I have so many questions for you. Do you have Jarson 6, 32, and 33? Like, I'm showing him pictures of me holding my Jarsons, like totally crazy lunatic. So I'm like, he's never going to write me again. He's going to be running for the hills and saying, this girl's crazy. Well, I heard back from him again yesterday. He said my Jarsons, my photos were beautiful. What else did he say? He did have Jarson 33 that we'll trade at the end of the season. He doesn't have 6 or 32. From what I could tell, I think maybe the translation was lost a little bit, but if he doesn't have 6 and 32, I don't know who does. So yes, I heard back from him. Oh, and then he said, I'll write more soon or something like that. So yeah, so now I've got to play it really cool. I can't keep geeking out on him because then he's going to be like, this girl's crazy, which I am, but he doesn't need to know that. So I did not email him back right away. I'm letting it simmer a little bit. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, I'll email him back. but I'll be respectful and just ask him some nice questions about his varieties and stuff, because this is a relationship I want to keep going. I do have such respect for him. He's my favorite breeder. So that's the update. He actually answered back the crazy person. Super cool. Especially when it comes out of the blue like that, freak out for sure. For sure. Play it cool. Play it cool. I would fangirl too. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Patricia, I'm growing Jarson 18.3 this year. I'm excited. It's a good one. It's a good one. I don't know if I gave you seeds for it or not, but that is probably the most stable out of all the Jarsons. That one is probably distributed the most. And that is a cross between Malachite Box, my favorite, and Copia, which is a big tomato. I have, if you look in the group and search Jarson 18.3, you will see I have a picture of, it was our largest tomato last year. There's a picture of me holding a tomato, a Jarson 18.3 that's as big as my head. I sent him that picture and some pictures of my Jarson one. So yeah, beautiful tomato, very tasty, very tasty. You are so funny. He's probably watching. I hope so. Hi, Jarek. Olivia's is my Jarson 18.3, already germinated and 2 inches tall. Fantastic. Fantastic. I don't think I've started any of my Jarsons yet, which is kind of crazy, but that's what tonight is for. That's what tonight is for. All right, so here's how this works. If you're joining us late, welcome. Make sure you type in hashtag tomato in the comments, because at the end of the episode, I will be drawing 5 names and we'll be sending you seeds eventually. If you win a seed or want a seed that's for this season, just let me know and I'd be happy to send that out early. If you're not a member of my Facebook group that I run with Kina Tonarud and Jen Joy, please join us, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. I know we have a subscriber, if you're watching. She wasn't on Facebook and she joined just to become a member of our group just today. So that's really nice. All right, so here's what happens. I go through the varieties, we talk about them, we share a little bit on them, and then we move on to the next. It will not complete my grow list. I will tell you that right now. So I guess I will have to let you know in other posts when I'm growing, or I can lie and this isn't a final episode, but we'll get through as many as we can today. All right, we ready? I'm going to scroll through everything we've done so far. I've done this every episode. I will try to contain myself and not talk. All right, here we go. And if any of you have grown any of these or have thoughts, please let me know. Okay, episode 1. Not saying anything is really difficult. This is my tomato, by the way. This is Bananas Noir, which is my tomato. It's a cross between an Ananas Noir and an unknown cherry. I've had many of you asking for it, and I'm more than happy to give out seeds. This is the one I haven't gotten to germinate yet. Cool, right? Really cool. Oh man, it's going to be such a good season. Look at these. Look at this Jarson 7. Come on. Ugh. All right, that was episode 1. Here's 2. Beautiful. Oh, this one, I just, This is mine also. These are coyote crosses that I'm working on stabilizing. There's 3 different ones. This one's been a sleeper hit of the whole series. Everybody's looking for Nana's Meatball Dwarf. Look at this. Cherokee Purple and Ananas Noir. I mean, the cross is just genius. It just is. Okay, that was episode 2. Here comes episode 3. This one's gorgeous. I'm growing a lot more red tomatoes than I thought. And I know I've shared, look at this. I've shared that I have yet to find a red tomato that has knocked my socks off. except for Sweet Scarlet Dwarf. Got a couple long keepers in there. All right, that was episode 3. Here's episode 4. This one looks like a peach inside. I know many of you said that too. Disregard the information. That is not the breeder or the origin. I screwed up on that slide. Hunk Papa. Okay, that was part 4. Here was our last episode. This was 2 days ago. This is episode 5. Look at that. Look at that beauty. I never tire of looking at these photos, you guys. Are you the same? It just gets me more excited. That's my number 1 favorite, Malachite Box, or Malachitavaya Shkodolka. This one's gotten a lot of buzz too. Black Hole Sun. It's Bill Jeffers. It's a sun gold and a black tomato. Look at that. This one I'm considering taking off the winter gold long keeper. I said I was going to grow it because it's a really large long keeper, but I don't know. It's still very pale yellow. I don't know. It's on the bubble. Let's say that. All right. So I believe, yeah. So that was up through episode 5. So are we ready for the new ones? Olivia says, yes, same as you love looking at your grow list pictures. Thank you. Me too. Me too. Amanda, I feel like we would all benefit from making slideshows of our grow lists every year. You're so right. You're so right. And just going through, like, even though I keep all of this in my spreadsheet and I have pictures and all the research, all the research that I share with you guys is information I have on my crazy spreadsheet. But just going through them like this and rereading the stuff and the pictures, it's really great. So let's go. All right, pens in hand. Pen is in hand. Patricia, where can I buy Black Hole Sun from? Meraki Seeds has it. And I feel like somebody the other day said they found it elsewhere. So Meraki Seeds in Greece, merakiseeds.com. If anybody knows where else that's for sale, I don't know, did somebody say Bounty Hunter? I'm not really sure. But yes, that would be helpful. Yay, just checked my bee time to germinate after 5 days. I didn't know you were growing it, Ramonte. Awesome. So there's a few of us. Fantastic. Luke says, I would love to see everybody's spreadsheets. What a wonderful idea. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Maybe in our new show that we'll do during the day, we can do that. We can showcase each other's slideshow of varieties. How great would that be? We'll have to think on that. That would be great. All right, here's number 1 for today. I've been on an hour and have yet to show a tomato from this episode. See, I can talk. All right, here we go. Ready? Baba Room. Oops, what did I just do? Or Romovaya Baba. This is from Russia. Looks great. Got seeds from Secret Seed Cartel for this one. If you've watched the other episodes, I know it can be repetitive, but I just want to reinforce things just in case any of you are watching who haven't seen other episodes. Secret Seed Cartel, my friend Heidi Schmaltz-Dolan, who is also a breeder and a member of the group, she works with Secret Seed Cartel, and she said that they are very selective about the varieties that they sell. If they don't like it, they won't sell it. This is one of theirs. You can get it other places as well, but this is where I got my seeds. Just look at it. I mean, that looks like a meat tomato for sure, the outside and the inside. Here's what I know. From Secret Seed Cartel, they say it is a Russian commercial variety. Baba Room was entered into the State Register of Breeding Achievements of Russia in 2015. Not only is it beautiful, it performed extremely well in our 2023 heat wave and refused to crack or slow down in production. Stunning yellow-green epidermis revealing a lime green interior with bright pink marbling. It was our most productive tomato variety despite the crushing heat and drought. These should be eaten at peak ripeness. Pick when you're ready to eat them as they don't keep long before softening. And then she says there's always gazpacho if that happens. Bright fruity flavor with the meatiness you need for sandwiches. If you like juicy tomatoes, oh, I do. This one's for you. Makes a great BLT. Visually a real looker that adds to the beauty of a tomato salad or platter. Wow. Wow. Sathya says Secret Seed Cartel and Tomato Faifu have Black Hole Sun. Don't know status. Thank you, Sathya. You're our unofficial person who says where we can get seeds from. And I very much appreciate that. Thank you. No pressure. You don't need to, but I do appreciate what you've done so far. Secret Seed Cartel does have Black Hole Sun. Excellent. Excellent. Sathya says, I have these coming, Baba Room. Yeah, great. Sathya, was it you I was talking to about this one yesterday or the day before? I think it may have been. Lynn says, Terry Lynn from Secret Seeds is wonderful. Yes, I don't know her personally, but I've heard that. Cynthia says, I believe that's where I got it. Made a huge order. Kristen says, my turkey sandwich needs that tomato right now. Yep, absolutely. So that's Baba Room. And Secret Seed Cartel has it in stock. Look at the color. I mean, the outside and the inside. How can that not be good? The answer is it can't. Alex is here. Hi, Alex. I'm super excited to grow this one. Love anything from Eastern Europe and multiple colors on the inside. You and me both, my friend. As you can see from this list, there's a lot of things on my list that look like this. Yes, along with the meatballs, meaning Nana's Meatball Dwarf. I checked Secret Seed Cartel, I think yesterday. Isn't she out of stock on Nano's Meatball Dwarf? I hope not, but I thought that's what I saw, which is unfortunate because I know everybody wants that one. Luke says, I gave Terry Lynn the seeds of Baba Room. Ah, nice. Very nice. All right. Next one. This is a recent one that I've just learned about, I think within the past 2 weeks. Lloyd E. Fry. Don't know the origin, the history, or anything like that. I did speak with Ramonte. She thinks it's probably an heirloom, which is what happens when I can't find a breeder or an origin. Often it turns out that it's just an old heirloom. Here's what I know about this one. I got seeds from Happy Cat Farm, which is the same place I got seeds for the cherry called You Can't, You Won't, and You Don't Stop. They have a lot of Italian varieties, some long keepers, really nice site. Here's what they say. As a tomato grower who grows tons of different tomatoes, it is seldom when you bite into a tomato and first bite puts it directly into your top 10. But this one made me swear out loud. My field notes say it all. You know you found a keeper when you cut it open and your nose smiles. The flavor is like a dinner party full of summer suits and gauzy dresses. The flavor is watermelon, meaty, tomato awesomeness. Salt and cheese would insult this tomato. And then Secret Seed Cartel also has this one, which says a lot. They say there really is no traceable history we could find on this tomato. More than likely, it was named after the keeper of the seeds. This is one of those rare tomatoes that you know from first bite is special. Amazingly sweet, meaty, and a deep amber pink. Easily goes into our top 10 and we would recommend as a must grow. Words can't describe this tomato. It must be tasted. Be warned that it will be one of the most memorable pinks you'll ever grow. Yes. I am still searching for the red or the pink that knocks my socks off with flavor. I've got 2 accounts from both of those vendors that say it is going to be one of those tomatoes. So I'm wishful thinking. It looks great. I Happy Cat Farm did not have an interior shot on this one, so I found the one on the left, I believe, is from them. The one on the right, I forget where I found it. But is anybody else like me? I think I almost would prefer to, if I could only see one, I want to see the inside of the tomato because the outside can look cool, but if the inside looks sort of anemic and stuff, I'm really not interested at all. Brianna, hi Brianna. Those are bold claims. I know. I know. Satya says Nano's meatball dwarf is out of stock. Yes, yes. So they said, I'm glad I got Nano's meatballs. Who carries prime rib? That I got from Heritage Seed Market. I feel like I checked the other day. Were they in stock? I forget, but heritageseedmarket.com or Bunny Hop Seeds. It's an exclusive one that they bred, so you can check them out. Maybe this is the one. Maybe, Cynthia, could be. Kit, nam, yam, yam. Yes. Yes, inside always, right? Right? Sometimes things are really dark on the outside and the inside's very disappointing. However, and I think we talked about this in one of these episodes, I feel sometimes vendors don't get the inside shot when it's at its peak ripeness. So often they look kind of anemic, which is a shame. But again, have so much respect for our vendors. I know they have a lot of work to do. The growing, hundreds or thousands of tomatoes, taking photos, saving seeds, and selling. I'm overwhelmed with just my 120 to 150 taking photos, reviewing, saving seeds. So, but yeah, the inside's really important to me. Darla, inside shots are necessary. I agree. It drives me crazy when vendors don't show the inside. It really does. Kathy agrees that you need to see the inside of the tomato. Out of stock on Secret Seed Cartel. Yeah, I vow next year that I will do this series a month earlier because I realize that this isn't helpful to those of you who want to grow these things for this season. But hopefully you can put it on your wish list. Amanda, Lauren, remind me to tell you about Amanda's favorite red. LOL. If I can find seeds, I will be curious what you think of it. Well, I like experimental and I like the varieties that our members breed. I like giving out mine that I've bred or dehybridized. So I love that. Another thing I love about our group, we have so many breeders, amateur breeders, those that have accidental crosses. It's really exciting. We're really just like all about, we're like the pulp of a tomato. We're into the marrow of a tomato. Our group is very special. Happy Cat has them, just bought them. Yay! Yay, Teresa. Yeah, they're great. I've ordered several seeds from them, some long keepers, like I said. Did you get that, Sherry? I don't know if you're interested in cherries, but I shared it. Episode 2, you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. That came from Happy Cat Farms too. Wish list galore. Yes, yes. Cynthia says, yes, I want to see the interior. Alex says, you live, you learn, you buy more tomatoes. Agree. And hi, Hope. I took a break at the right time. Hello, glad you're here. And Linda, hi, glad you're here. Okay, so that's Lloyd E. Fry. Very bold claims. So, Amanda, who wants to tell me about Amanda's favorite red, you may have heard her a few episodes ago talking about a variety that she is working on. And so she sent me seeds. I received them yesterday, and they have instantly gone onto my must grow list for this year. Look, Amanda, you're on a slide. This is called Electric Eli. It's an she believes it's an F2. Accidental cross from her garden. I feel incredibly honored to have seeds for this tomato. Thank you, Amanda. This is what she says about it. She said, and she did give me permission to share this, by the way. She wrote me this lovely note, and she said, Electric Eli is named after my son, who is my only child without a dwarf variety in his name, and who ironically has a treatable form of dwarfism. These varieties and our love for them send him the message of how special dwarfism is. This is an accidental cross of Cherokee Purple and Unknown. It may be F3, as I'm not entirely sure when the cross happened. Last year, my plants were all the same, about 30 inches in containers, slicer size, a copper color with black stripes and slightly dark shoulders. They had a rich umami flavor. And then she says, the best tomato I've ever tasted. They have a tendency to split when left to ripen on the vine, so I picked them at blush to ripen on the counter. My hope is that they retain that amazing flavor and those lightning bolts I love so much. What a description. Yeah, Cherokee Purple. I wonder what it crossed with. Interesting. The stripes on there, the size. Do you grow many cherries? I wonder if it crossed with some kind of a funky cherry. But whatever the case, I'm very honored to grow this Electric Eli, and I will share seeds from my grow out of it with you, Amanda. Thank you for sending them to me. Hope says I need to trade for these. Alicia, how wonderful. I know. Great story, right? Great story. Beck says, oh, that's the sweetest. Kristen says it's stunning. Karen, hi, Karen. Electric Eli looks beautiful. Such rich coloring. Gorgeous color, says Kelly. This is a good point. Looks like a marble. It does look like a marble. I only grew one small one with sun gold. Interesting. The thin skin, well, Cherokee Purple has pretty thin skin too. It kind of looks similar in size to my Banana Noir, saladette sized. I love thin skin too. I see Cynthia like thin skin. Oh yeah, for sure. I need to get over that this year though with growing the lawn keepers. They're all going to be thick skin. Well, I think so. Now that I say that out loud, I'm feeling like I read one recently that had thinner skin. In fact, maybe on my grow list. I don't know. Kim, I will be growing Electric Eli also. Can't wait to see what we get. Awesome. If any of you are growing my Banana Noir, I'd love to hear from you too. Who's growing Electric Eli? Who's growing Banana Noir? Some of you grew Banana Noir last year, so I'd love to hear from you. Luke says we'll love to grow it. Yeah, you need to go global, Amanda. I'm creating a lot of work for you, I realize. This is very special. I love the story. I love the look. I love the cross. So can't wait to see. I'm growing several experimental ones this year. Hope says she's growing bananas. Well, yay. Lisia's growing bananas. Yay. I hope you guys like it. But if you don't, it's really okay. Rowena's growing Banana Noir. Cynthia's growing Banana Noir. Excellent. Kit in Sweden's growing Banana Noir. Yay. I know Kina grew it last year in Norway. She got a weird variation of it. Had a dimple. It didn't look really anything like Banana Noir. So I sent her new seeds, and hopefully she won't get that this year. Brian's growing Banana Noir. Kathy's growing Banana Noir. Kyla's growing Banana Noir. Luke's growing Banana Noir. Claudia, me too. Yay. Sathya. Man, I kind of want to cry. Honestly, this is great. Cheryl's growing Banana Noir. Fantastic. Deb grew Banana Noir last season. It was fantastic. Monster plant. It gets big. Yes, it does. It gets very big. But it also produces all season long and is very disease resistant. Katie B, I'm also growing Banana Noir. I'm growing Banana Noir this year. Yay. Sniper Cat. Yay. This is really just incredible. Hi, Lisa. Glad you're joining us. Welcome. Julia's growing Banana Noir. Thank you, Julia. Uh-oh. The Happy Cat servers are down. Gee, I wonder why. The owners of these vendors are probably like, it's like around 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. We get so much traffic and our servers go down. No grow bag on banana. I've grown banana smore in a grow bag. It's absolutely fine. I think I grew 2 of them in grow bags last year. Yep, you can do it. Dang, it's a banana party. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Banana Noir or Banana Noir, which should I try first? Oh, it's tough to say. Depends on what you're looking for. Ananas Noir is a very classic heirloom tomato. It's a bigger, larger beefsteak. It's also known as black pineapple. The flavor is very different as far as I'm concerned. I think Bananas Noir is much sweeter and has louder flavor than Ananas Noir, but Ananas Noir is arguably the most beautiful tomato you may ever grow. Although honestly, I think my Jarson one last year was prettier. Um, and there's so many tomatoes that look like Ananas Noir now. So I think in the past it was the prettiest, but maybe not so much anymore. Maria, I'm growing the Banana Noir that you gifted me this year. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Olivia, is alpaca difficult to germinate 2 years in a row with no luck? Gosh, I don't remember, to be honest with you. I did get it to germinate. I grew 2 plants, but I don't remember if I had a difficult time with that one or not. If anybody has any thoughts on that, let me know. It's a really good paste tomato, and I'm not normally growing a whole lot of paste tomatoes. Riverdale Gardens is here. Hi, just out of work. Glad you're here. Fantastic. Deb, I won those seeds last week. I'm so excited to grow them. Deb, if you want to grow it this year, please feel free to give me a nudge over a private message. I have a lot of messages I have not answered yet with prizes. So unless I sent them to you already, but I'm not sure that I did. Please feel free to give me a nudge if it's for this year. If it's not, I will get them to you soon, I promise. Brian says, grow both. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, if you've got the room. I have actually I wonder if I can show it. I have a photo of Banana Noir next to Ananas Noir. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Everybody that I give Banana Noir seeds to, I put this info sheet in with it. Let me see if I can pull this up. Got a photo up. Let me see. Present, share screen. Entire screen. Yeah, I don't know that I can. I wonder why. I've got the photo. Oh, wait, what did I just do? Oh, I think if I move myself off, I can share the entire screen. Let's try this. Let's try this. All right, let's try this. Can you guys see it? I hope. This is Ananas Noir versus Banana Noir. Looks exactly the same, just a little smaller. The insides look different too. Did that work? Did you guys see that? Did that work? Yes, it worked. Okay, great. We see it. Awesome. Awesome. That was a little challenging. Let me get the inside picture. Hang on. That the inside's where the magic happens, I think. Oh, gosh. All right. Let me close this out. Actually, I have a slide on it. I don't know why I just didn't pull up the slide. Hey, I can do that. Let me pull up the slide. Okay, here it is. So that's the inside. Well, that's the outside and the inside. It's a beauty. It's a real beauty. Ananas Noir has a little bit more color inside. Not as much seeds and goo. I love the seeds and goo. I feel like that's where all the flavor is. So that's Banana Noir. Erin says, thanks. I think I'm in love with it. Anybody wants seeds, just reach out to me. You want to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, I'd be happy to share seeds. If you want to grow it this year, just tell me and I will. I've got a lot of prizes to get out with all of these episodes and then our 3,000 member, and I still have a couple trades I haven't gotten out, but I am more than happy to share seeds for this. And I want them to always be free if possible. But I've given them to some vendors. If they sell it, that's fine. All right, let me get back to where we were. What slide are we on? Let's see. What am I doing? Okay, we did Baba Room. We did Lloyd E. Fry. We did Electric Eli. Okay. I would love to do that. Send an envelope with a stamp if possible. Yeah, if you can, reach out to me. If you're not in the Facebook group, you can email me here. A couple people have done that already. Here's my email address. You can just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. You don't need to send me a stamp. But message me and just let me know, and I'll give you my address. High hopes for it. Thanks, Kit. And Diane, yeah, same applies to you. Same applies to you. Lauren, there's horse poop in mushroom compost. Yeah? In all mushroom compost? Curious to hear where, in the place we get mushroom compost from? Do tell. Do tell. Not that I care. It worked great last year where I got it from. Oh, thought it was just mushrooms. So did I, to be honest with you. Is that like an industry standard? I wouldn't think so. Let me know. Last year, we got it. It wasn't just mushroom compost. We got our what do you call it? Landscape nursery. We had to fill 2 raised beds, so we got something called the John Adams mix, which is a mix of filtered topsoil and mushroom compost. So we didn't get pure mushroom compost, but was going to do that this year to kind of refresh the soil. Oh, Green Thumb Gardener. Very interesting information. Interesting. Is there a good source for tomato breeding? Would love to make my own variety. Good question. In the group, we have, I've compiled a pretty extensive resource sheet that you can find in our group guides. It's one of the last guides, I think, on tomato breeding. And I've got links to very helpful articles, some that just don't make it so complicated. We also have a chat in the group for tomato breeding for other tomato breeders, amateur and expert. So you can ask all kinds of questions in there. So our group is really a fantastic resource for so many things. There's also, there's a good book here. Let me get rid of this. Breed your own vegetable varieties. This is for all vegetables, not just tomatoes. There are some helpful YouTube videos, but if you go in the group, I have a Google Doc that has really great information, some simple things. There's actually an article written by Fred Hempel of Artisan Seeds. He passed away in October. And he's got a really great, pretty simplified version of how to breed tomatoes. I have a link to that article in there, but also some links to all kinds of things. So I think you'll find that helpful. And you can join our chat. It's really great. So I've started intentionally breeding some micros lately. I have my first F1s growing now. I'm crossing things with Tiny Totem. So I'm doing a Tiny Totem Funny Plum Yellow right now, and Tiny Totem Ink Spot. My goal is to get short plant, large fruits like Tiny Totem, interesting and delicious. That's my hope. So I'm hoping to do a whole series of things with Tiny Totem, Candy Berry, Vilma. So that's going to be my micro series. That's what I'm starting with. Not all mushroom compost has that. I wouldn't think so. I would think it would depend on the place. She says, they said it always has some kind of manure in it. Very interesting. Yeah, definitely didn't say that on the website. I'm going to have a talk with them. Patricia, mushroom compost is what is left from growing the mushrooms. They are often grown in barn cleanings, horse poo and dust and straw. Much of it comes from horse racing and show stables. Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you both. You see, this is why I love these broadcasts. I love the information that we share in real time. It's great. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you all for what you contribute. Yeah, fantastic. I think it's crazy that we live so close that we use the same nursery. It's amazing. Amazing. And Hope says, Patricia Hernandez, my tomatoes like that kind of stuff. Well, clearly mine do as well. Last year, the production was incredible with this stuff. And Luke says, wonderful info. Yeah, Kina told me that she can't get mushroom compost in Norway. It kind of broke my heart. Stuff is awesome. Yum on Lawrence Cross, LOL. Yeah, that's my hope. That's my hope. Wendy said, from what I read, it is sterilized wood shavings or sawdust. I'm sure, it's all very different. I know they sell mushroom compost by the bag on Amazon. I don't know what's in that stuff or what. Not in Sweden, Kit says. Kit's Kina's mom, for those of you that don't know. And Luke, also not in Belgium. That's unfortunate. I really just kind of discovered it last year. I'm a huge mushroom, I don't want to say I'm as crazy about mushrooms as tomatoes, but I love mushrooms. Maitake, king oyster, like the good mushrooms. We're not talking white mushrooms. I know this is not what we're talking about, but I'm just saying I love mushrooms. Send a truck to Belgium, please. Oh, Luke, if I could, I would. Oh, Claudia, I just saw some last night after your last live. Yay, that's excellent. That's excellent. I feel so fortunate. When I first found out about it, I looked all over. I'm kind of in the boondocks of New Jersey. Heidi knows. Kind of in the boondocks of New Jersey. It's not a lot by me. It takes like 15, 20 minutes to get to a grocery store, but I like it. We're out in farm country. So when I found out about mushroom compost, I'm calling places that are like 45 minutes away, and they laughed at me. Like, we're not delivering to you. And then it turned out a place that I get a lot of Fox Farm Ocean Forest soil from, they sell it. So, and they're only like 10 minutes away. So felt very, very fortunate. Wendy, Mushroom Collective. Oh gosh, I wish. I am a member of some kind of New Jersey mushroom hunters group. I would love to forage. My friend Nicole forages. I need to find some morels. I just do, with all that free time I have. All right, should we get back to my list? Let's get back. It's been an hour and a half. I think I've talked about like 3. All right, so that was Electric Eli, cross from our friend Amanda, with a great story. All right, this one's a bit of a mystery. I got seeds for this from my Jarson Angel from Poland. All I know about it, it's on the seed envelope, it's Anna Kitovaya. I found one vendor. Where was it? Samiha? Where's the vendor? Hang on. Oh, Tomat, NIY Pomodoro.ru. The only place, let me see if I can share the link with you guys. Only place I found information on it. They claim it's from Italy. Ramonte and I were like a bit skeptical because it sure doesn't sound like an Italian version, or Italian tomato rather. Here's the link. So I didn't say it was from Italy just because I'm a bit skeptical. All right, I just put the link in the comments. It just looks beautiful. It's unique, and I can't find anything about it from anywhere, so I must grow it. There's no two ways about it. They did have a little information on the site. Tall, mid-season, high-yielding variety. The fruits are beautiful, orange-red, one-dimensionally large, juicy, fleshy, low in seeds, very tasty, sweet like honey, and with a very pleasant aroma. Lovely and super. So the photo on the left is from that website I just shared a link on, and the one on the right is my Jarson Angel. She grew that last year. That's hers. So Kelly says, stunning tomato. I'm in love with orangey tomatoes. Yes, bicolor orangey, like something like this, I can get behind that. Just orange, not really a fan. Oh, Kit, do you have this one? Excellent. Excellent. She may have sent it to Kina also. She sent our Jarson Angel, hooked us both up with some really special seeds. Kathy says, what a beautiful bicolor. Stunning. Yes. That is Hindu for unspoken. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Amanda. So Anakitavaya is? Interesting. I did try translating it, and it just came up as like Anakite, which I thought was maybe a gen or something. It sounded like, well, the end sounded like Malakitovaya. This is Anakitovaya. That was Malakitovaya as in Malachite. So I thought maybe this was Anakite, but I do not know. Amanda, let me know if this is the Hindu word for unspoken. I'm going to add that to my spreadsheet. Oh, fantastic. Again, why I love these broadcasts. We can figure these things out together. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Looks really similar. Well, I was going to say it looks similar to the Cherokee Purple bicolor I grew last year. But the Cherokee Purple bicolor definitely had more of the purple inside than this one. I just love the looks of it. It looks great. And the fact that I can't find anything out about it means it goes on my grow list. Looks gem like in left pick. Yes, I agree. I agree. I think I got everything. Oh, back to the mushroom compost. Patricia says, I only know that because I worked in a racing stable years ago. Fantastic. Chris in Harmelin, that has summer written all over it. It does. It does. Oh, gosh. Not long, guys. Not long. Chai Chai Sweet says, I use the mushroom compost at Lowe's, $3.99 a bag. There you go. Maybe it's the same stuff they sell at Amazon. I don't know. Okay, so that's Anakitovaya. So the next, I'm going to do like a series next, and I've already talked about a little bit of it. Those of you that, what happened? Where's the slides? Oh my gosh. Where's the rest of my slides? Hang on. We've got technical difficulties. It stops here. Let me remove that. Shoot. What's going on? Bear with me, gang. Technical difficulties. I've got a bunch more slides, and it would be tragic if we can't access that. It was giving me trouble before, but I thought it was situated. Oh, I wonder if they only let you do up to 100 slides. If so, I can maybe switch that around. This would be terrible. It seems strange that it stops at exactly 100. Move from studio. All right, let me try to get rid of a bunch of these. See if that makes a difference. Bear with me, gang. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me see if I can make a copy. My apologies. Make sure you get in hashtag tomato. Oh, shoot. This is not helpful. Okay. Hashtag tomato. And I will draw some prizes eventually if I can get this working. All right, what's going on here? Maybe I can copy and paste just these into a new one. Maybe I can just show it on here. Let me see if I can do that. Can't do that. All right, let me see if I can present the screen. All right, I can do it this way. Not ideal. All right, what's going on now? Oh, what did I just do? Share screen. All right, let's try this. All right, so my apologies for the technical difficulties. This, I'm starting the Prince collection. So this is all from Bill Yoder of the United States. I've already shared one of his, I think in episode 1, I shared Purple Rain, which is a more stabilized version of dwarf purple heartthrob. So that is a dwarf that I'm growing. And then he has these 4 others that are cherries in that same Prince collection. Hang on, let me just check to see if that worked. Yeah, it's still only shared 100. Okay. We'll figure it out, gang. So here's a picture of his that he shared of all his cherries. There's Raspberry Beret, 1999, Little Red Corvette, which I think is his favorite. Beautiful Ones, which I'm excited about, me and my greens, and Controversy. Here's all his cherries. So this is going to be tricky. Let me see if I can do this. How do I go to the next one? Okay. This is 1999. And I have written down, Bill told me that he grew all of his Prince collection in 1-gallon trade pots. Yeah, we talked about this during our Tomato Talk Live last month. He grew them in 1-gallon trade pots over the winter of 2022, and they did great, and they produced. Vienna Seeds from Germany carries these varieties, and Bounty Hunter Seeds, Shauna Bounty Hunter Seeds carries all of them except for Purple Rain. On Vienna Seeds, it says it's a variety from breeder Bill Yoder. This variety tastes super delicious, nice and sweet with a slight acidic and very crunchy when you bite into it. The plant produces lots of small cherry tomatoes. They don't look that small. That's interesting. The antho portion turns a beautiful yellow depending on how the sun shines on it. Absolutely recommended. So, yeah, if you know me, I'm not big on the antho, but it's a Bill variety. So I've got to grow it. I'm growing all of his tomatoes this year and hoping that Strangelove germinates. It will. I have full confidence that it will. So that's 1999. Anybody grow it? I know it really came out last year. So some of you grew it. I know Ken Fry at Forgotten Heirlooms, he grew it and he sells it in his shop as well. Think he might be out of stock, but you may want to check. Melly, I already have Little Red Corvette started, thanks to you, Lauren. Fantastic. Fantastic. And I know some of you won a Prince Collection prize from the 3,000 member celebration. Luke, stay cool, Lauren. You're awesome and doing great. You're a real pro. I could not have stayed that cool. I'm cool. I cringe at the thought of not having slides. It's all about the slides. Well, it's about you guys too, but need to look at it. 1999, I hope to grab some seeds. Married in 1999, 25 years this year, hoping to do a small theme, silver stuff, silver anniversary, 1999, etc. Excellent. Excellent, Tanya. Happy anniversary. That's a really great idea. Check Bounty Hunter Seeds. I know he has them in stock, or at least he did as of a couple days ago. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. No sweat. Haley. Hi, Haley. I'm growing beautiful ones for sure this year. Also have 1999, but it might not make it into the grow. Who's in Team Yoder Hempel Grow Out? Let's give a shout out to those people. One of our grow outs, we're doing optional grow outs in our Facebook group, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. And one of our teams is the varieties of Bill Yoder and Fred Hempel. I'm growing several from both of them, especially Bill Yoder this year. If you can find someone to let you sample food first, that would be good too. I don't know what you're talking about. Hope I had not heard that. All right, there's something's going on in the chat that I'm not aware of, so I apologize for not knowing it. Luke grew 1999. What'd you think, Luke? Oh, somebody must have asked about your name, Chai Chai Sweets. Chickens, Chihuahuas, and Sweets, Chai Chai Sweets. I like it. I love your name. Good point, Darla. Thank you. Bill Yoder's, there's 2 Purple Rains, which makes things very confusing. Bill Yoder's is Purple Rain, as in like the Prince album, Rain. There's another one, another dwarf called Purple Rain, as in reigning like a king. I grew it last year. It's a very good tomato. I think I said 2 days ago when we were on that it's similar to, it's like a Cherokee purple type look and similar flavor. It was very, very good, but it's confusing because of the name. So make sure you get the right one that you want. Purple Rain, the second one, I believe Baker Creek has it. Bounty Hunter has that one. Well, in fact, he did. That was one of the seeds he donated for our 3,000 member celebration. Very generous guy, Sean. Purple Rain, Rain. I forget if we determined who has it in stock. I don't think anybody does right now. Bill Yoder does sell. He started selling himself recently, a couple months ago, but he does not have these in stock at the moment. But have no fear. Many of us are growing that this year. Oh, and Luke was kind enough to donate a bunch of these seeds to our 3,000 member celebration. Thank you, Luke. Very generous, because a lot of people are looking for that one. Lynn, Bill Yoder is wonderful. Agreed. Missy's Fred Hempel group. Excellent. That's right. You just got in. You helped me out. Thank you. Shannon, Purple Rain is impossible to find or nearly impossible. Yeah, it's not easy right now. Now, Luke, you just slay me. Whoever has 1999 or beautiful ones that don't germinate and not for sale anywhere, PM me. You are just the best. You are just the best. Sathya, nobody has Purple Rain for sale. She's our official, staking it out on the internet. Thank you, Sathya. Thank you very much. Thank you, Luke, from Lisa. Luke says, I still have 2 times 10 seeds of Purple Rain. What are you saying, Luke? Don't want to offer anything. You are so kind. Becca says Purple Rain, as in the king, is easy to find. Most sites have. Agreed. Purple Rain isn't anywhere I've seen unless updated stock. I'm hoping to have no issues with my 1 Purple Rain plant. I have 2 germinated. Not that helps any of you. But yeah, it looks great. If you can't find Purple Rain, Rain, look for Dwarf Purple Heartthrob. That is the I don't even know what you call it. That was the initial plant that Bill Yoder took and stabilized even further. And he said in our show that the taste would probably be very close, if not exact. So he just took it, stabilized it further, and named it Purple Rain to go with the Prince collection. Kristen says, growing so many Bill Yoder tomatoes this year. Me too. Facebook user says, Tomato Revolution has seeds for Purple Rain and Chocolate Rain as well. Thank you. I didn't know there was a Chocolate Rain. Make sure you're signed in. If this is your comment, make sure you're signed in so I can see who you are, and you can be eligible to win our giveaways. Luke is so generous. I agree. Oh, we got a trade going here. Amanda says she'll trade Electric Eli for Purple Rain. Sounds like a good trade to me. Catherine's Team Yoder Hempel. Thank you. Awesome. Luke is wonderful. Agreed. I had my first video chat with Luke the other day. We've been friends for a while, but never saw him in person. It was very nice meeting my friend in over video. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. This is part of the same series. So that's 1999. Next one Oh, this is frustrating going through this. Okay. All right, that's not too bad. Little Red Corvette. Same breeder, Bill Yoder, origin United States. From his Prince variety, the plants are compact at 36 to 48 inches tall with potato leaf foliage. And Purple Rain is potato leaf also, actually. He does a lot of potato leaf foliage. Plants produce large amounts of round cherry tomatoes that are glossy, deep purple color on top and ripen to a brilliant red color on the bottom, developed for high levels of the anthocyanin antioxidants. Okay. So I guess we'll have to see what I think of it. It's a lot of antho. It's a lot of antho. But I'm curious. I'm not giving up, even though I haven't liked antho. I have liked the micro dwarf anthos, though. Ink Spot's really good. Tartufo's really good. I haven't had an antho micro dwarf that I have not liked. It's just the other tomatoes I haven't liked so much. But if it just has a little on top, I guess we'll have to see. Plus, it's Bill's. He's my friend, so gotta grow it. Gotta grow it. That's all I know about Little Red Corvette. Kelly, have not been able to get my hands on Little Red Corvette. Check Bounty Hunter Seeds. I'm almost positive he still has them in stock. Miss Alex M says, I have nothing special to trade, but lots of varieties. I'd love to swap so I can grow some of these. Well, if anybody's interested in doing a trade with Miss Alex M, I don't know if you want to share what your Facebook profile is. Not sure how we can get that going, or if you're not in the Facebook group, maybe if you feel comfortable sharing your email address or whatever. But we are very generous people. I'm sure people would be glad to help you out. Or go to bountyhunterseeds.com. He has everything but Purple Rain. Hope says, I'm back. Had to head over to Bounty Hunter Seeds for a sec. That place, he's got great varieties. Facebook user, my mistake, they're actually listed as Heartthrob. Do you mean Tomato Revolution? Instead of Purple Rain, it's Dwarf Purple Heartthrob. Yeah, I thought so. I was just on there the other day. Beautiful inside color, says Kit. Agreed. But you like Black Beauty. Just saying. It looks, the inside does look similar to the inside of Black Beauty, I think. All right. Let's move on. What's next? Uh-oh, what am I doing? Get rid of this one. Okay. Raspberry beret, kind you find in a secondhand store. This one looks gorgeous. Look at, I don't know if you can see the striping on the outside of this, but this is beautiful. Beautiful raspberry color. Yeah, just gorgeous. Here's what he has to say about this. New release dwarf tomato variety. The plants top out at 2.5 feet to 2.5 to 3 feet, so pretty short. Produce lots of 1 ounce cherry tomatoes that are pink with golden stripes. The plants are very strong and have good resistance to diseases. These are not the kind you find in a secondhand store. 70 days. Yeah, that's Raspberry Beret. Fantastic. And Chris says, my favorite Prince song. It's a good one. I like that one too. I love that one too. Not seeing Purple Rain and Tomato Revolution. Yeah, I think we determined that it's listed as Dwarf Purple Heartthrob. And you can find that in a lot of places, Dwarf Purple Heartthrob. In fact, I think Kim Lund at Right Off the Farm Heirloom Seeds, I believe she has Dwarf Purple Heartthrob. I've shared this. That was, I think, in my first episode. She shared that variety made her weep. I don't know if that was her exact words, but it made her cry. It was so good. So she's growing both. She's growing Purple Rain and Dwarf Purple Heartthrob this year. I think I am too. I think I'm going to try them both just to see. Bill thinks that they probably taste the same. But I mean, Kim and I seem to have similar palates. And she said that Dwarf Purple Heartthrob made her cry, and Carol Chico's Big Paste Black, which I already listed in maybe the first or second episode. Those two varieties were so good, it made her cry last year. Now, I loved Uptown Funk, and she did too, but she said these two were even better. So that's pretty high remarks from her. I'm very excited. Missy says, I want raspberry beret. I love my reds. Love my reds. I need raspberry beret. That outside color, it looks like candy, doesn't it? Looks like candy. Harleia the Swamp Bitch. I just love this name. Around here, people laugh when they see my 3 types of micro I have, but I sure do enjoy them. They're a novelty for sure. They are a novelty, but there's some, the more I grow, the more I realize that there's some that I'm going to keep in constant rotation. Especially Tiny Totem, having little beefsteaks in the middle of winter has been superb. I always have my Vilma going. I think I'll do Candy Berry I'll have. So the more I grow and taste. Oh, and Jewel Beetle. Boy, I tasted another one today. I did a review of that. That's on my YouTube channel. Jewel Beetle is great. I don't know that it's great for growing indoors. It really wants to sprawl. It would be great for a hanging basket. That I don't think I gave it enough credit during the video because I think I was so surprised that it had such summertime flavor. And, I don't mince words. I don't say I love something unless I really love it. And I love that. I really love Jewel Beetle. It's very productive. I can go get the plant if you want, but it's very, very sprawling. And it's got these beautiful, I've been waiting for a green when ripe micro dwarf. That's good. Fat Frog was very just kind of meh. Jewel Beetle's great. What has Jewel Beetle, right? It's a bunny hop seeds variety, and she's out of stock at the moment. So put it in Micro Dwarf Monday. I'm sure somebody might have seeds for you. Don't know who, but somebody might. Amanda, my tiny totem has about 30 tomatoes on it. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's very productive for a micro that doesn't get very tall. If you guys are growing in hydroponics, it will get tall. They do just seem to in there, but in general, in soil, it doesn't get taller than, was that 14 inches or so? And it gives you these really big, delicious tomatoes. Okay, I need Tiny Totem. I'm only growing micros. You do need Tiny Totem. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Make sure you don't fall. There's two. This gets confusing too, kind of like the purple rain, purple rain. There's a totem, which is a dwarf, totally different variety. And then there's Tiny Totem, which is a micro dwarf. I think some people are getting totem and growing it, and surprised that it's getting so tall. It's a totally different variety. Make sure you get Tiny Totem. Amanda says Jewel Beetle doesn't really like hydro. If anyone is wondering, we'll definitely do again in soil. Yeah, I would imagine it gets very sprawling in hydro. And no matter how I stake it, you just can't stake that to grow up. It's sprawling, but really beautiful. Thankfully, it maxed out at 14 for me in hydro. The Tiny Totem, that's good. That's good. It really depends on the strength of your lights, but also hydro just seems to grow crazy, so that's really good. Miss Alex M, put this in the comments. I'm in the group. My email is misstonia123@yahoo.com if anyone wants to trade. I have tons of tomatoes, but just never heard of these. I thought I knew something about tomatoes, but I just don't. That's okay. We give you a group hug. We welcome you to the world of the obsession of tomatoes, and we will hook you up. So misstonia123@yahoo.com. If you'd like to put in what your Facebook profile is, that may help us out. We can private message you too. Very glad you're here. Very glad you're here. I hope you find that we are generous, giving, and really love to help the newcomer develop their seed collection too. Becca says, yep, I got the nun dwarf first time totem. Yeah. And then there may be chocolate totem, which is what I ended up with last year when I grew totem. I did save seeds and I will grow it again. Taste wise, it was only so, however. Interesting. Chocolate totem. Like I mentioned a little while ago, I'm using Tiny Totem to cross with other micros, doing this whole series. So excited about that. All right, let's move on. We're still in the Bill Yoder series. Beautiful ones. Ooh, very excited for this one. Green when ripe. Part of the Prince series, Beautiful Ones, is another Prince song. He says this tomato was created, or actually the the vendor, which was, I took this from Tasteful Garden. This tomato was created and developed by Bill Yoder, a mid to late season tomato plant with rugose potato leaves, an indeterminate that will produce until the frost comes if you take care of your plants. They produce loads of these green cherry tomatoes. Since they yield so much, this makes them an excellent variety for markets. Another good tomato for salads and fresh eating, too. The flavor of these green, delicious fruits are balanced with a sweet and tart taste. Plants get to be about 36 to 48 inches. Potato leaf, they produce large amounts of round, ripe green cherries with a sweet taste. Looks really good. And I notice they're not just green, they seem to have a bit of a blush to them too, which is really nice. Cindy. Hi, Cindy. I love the beautiful ones. I'm looking forward to this one. Very much so. That looks lovely, says Hope. I agree. I agree. Hope's a Cynthia Floyd. I love it. I use a Hope Gardens and they are marvelous. That's funny, Hope, because so do I. Huh. Interesting. I have a little Arrow Garden unit I got for my daughter for her apartment in New York City. She didn't end up taking it, so I had to do it. It's like the really tiny one, the Sprout. I think it's called the Sprout. But then I recently, over Christmas, got a Hope Garden, and that is the place where my 2 B times Macbeth germinated, the ones that aren't in soil. So that's exciting. Luke says it's a very tasty GWR. Excellent. Got our sampler here. Oh, Lynn, Beautiful Ones was my favorite in the series. Good to know. Very good to know. And Kit says stunning. Looks tasty, juicy, fresh. I agree. It does look fresh, doesn't it? Eating jelly beans. Trader Joe's. Really good jelly beans. Yeah, good to know, Lynn. Favorite one in the series. Okay, what's next? Controversy. Part of the same series, part of the same print series. Dwarf Controversy. Tasteful Garden says it's one of his Prince varieties. Compact plants, 36 to 48 inch tall. Potato leaf foliage. Plants produce large amounts of round purple and cherry tomatoes. Can we grow them, jelly beans? That would be a good name for a micro, wouldn't it? Jelly bean, I like it. I keep thinking of micro dwarf names in my head now that I'm doing a go at breeding my own. That's a really good name. I should write that down. Jelly bean. Of course, it's going to depend on what they look like. But I was thinking of like putting some kind of a reference to Tiny Totem in the name somehow, but I guess we'll see. We have a long time to go. I've just started. Miss Alex M., I'm going to grow my ruby German green and try it this year. This will be my first ever green, ripe or otherwise. We'll tell you what I think this fall. Excellent. Excellent. Very good green. Very good green. It got super tall. I've shared that in other episodes. It got super tall for us. She's the queen of the garden. Let me tell you, that Aunt Ruby. She sure is. Becca says, I went from not knowing what GWR stood for to now having 70% of my starts being GWR. I love it. I love it. For those of you that don't know, GWR means green when ripe. Yeah, I have a lot too. I actually thought I had more than I do. I've got more reds and pinks than I expected. Cynthia says there is a tomato called Jelly Bean, I think. Wah, wah. Oh, there's a spoon tomato called Jelly Bean. That's all right. That's a Jelly Bean hybrid. All right. Oh, everybody's chiming in. Tomato called Jelly Bean. Okie doke. Cross that off the list. No worries. Okay. What's next? Next, Turtle Purple. Anybody hear of Turtle Purple? This one, the breeder is Phil Seneca from the United States. He's from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. Turtle Purple was one of the first tomatoes that Phil Seneca bred around 2010. This guy's young. I found an article on him in like the Pittsburgh Express newspaper or something like that, talking about tomatoes. He was 24 at the time, so I believe that was 10 years ago. So he's like 35. He's really, really young. It says it's a potato leaf variety. This is from Good Mind Seeds, by the way, which is his, I believe that's his company, Good Mind Seeds. Turtle Purple was one of the first tomatoes he bred in 2010. It's a potato leaf variety, which he selected for its rich flavor. The variety actually beat out Cherokee Purple, Brandywine, and others in an unscientific taste test. It's an early producing reddish beefsteak with purple shoulders. Turtle Purple is not his hardiest or most drought-resistant tomato, but it is both flavorful and beautiful. These photos are from Vienna Seeds. I have a feeling the inside, it's not quite ripe on the inside. I hesitated to put the inside up because you can almost kind of tell it's not quite ripe yet. I could be wrong, but that's, and I couldn't find any other interior photos. She does have them in stock, however. It's not the easiest variety to find, but Bienes Seeds does have it. Bienes from Germany. She's great. Sabine, the owner, is great. She says it's a really fantastic dark little beefsteak tomato. It is very juicy, has tender, sweet meat, and is also spicy. I like that. Plant bears very well and is approximately 1.7 meters high. Kit says, damn, somebody took our jelly beans. I know. I'll just keep eating them. This sounds amazing. I agree. I forget how I found out about it, but I got these in a trade. I think it was on my wish list, and I may have put it on our most wanted post. So, yeah, if you Google Turtle Purple, you'll come up with Good Mind Seeds, and I don't think he sells seeds any longer. I could be wrong. I think they're like on a hiatus, but you can find them at Vienna Seeds. Is it kind of a stuffer? No, it may just be the picture looking like that. It doesn't seem hollow, the seed cavities, but I could see why it would look like that. I'm looking at a much closer angle here. It doesn't look like a stuffer to me. I think it's just the photo. Like that shape. Interesting you bring that up because there was another photo I found of Turtle Purple that they were more like rounded beefsteaks in that photo. So I'll be curious to see what I get. Has anybody grown this? I'm really excited for this one. Cynthia says, yum, love dark tomatoes with a strong, rich flavor. Me too. Amanda says 5.5 feet. Not too bad. I could probably manage in a grow bag. Absolutely. I grow bananas in a grow bag, and that thing can get up to 9 feet tall. It really can. It's a tall one. So that's Turtle Purple. All right, the next one is one of Fred Hempel's varieties. This one's called Rhea Ray. Look at that interior. I really wanted to grow so many more Fred Hempel varieties this year, and I've just run out of space, but I am growing this one, Rhea Ray. Fred Hempel was the owner of Artisan Seeds. Unfortunately, he passed away on Halloween of 2023. So his website, Artisan Seeds, went dark after he passed. And then I don't know the relation, but somebody named Oliver kind of took over, had his seeds available again. Now it's Bene Seeds, Bene. I think it's bene-seeds.com. But anyway, you can get all of his, pretty much all of his seeds on that website. Fred is responsible. Leaves behind quite the legacy in the tomato world. He is responsible for a game changer tomato called Benevento, which is an F1 hybrid variety. And it was bred with the intention of being able to withstand transportation. So commercial vendors could have it and sell it. So they don't have to go the route of, having having lame tomatoes that they pick when green. They're gassed in order to make them ripen faster. And on your grocery store shelves, that's what you find, this tasteless, colorless tomato. Fred wanted to change that, have heirloom flavor and looks and be able to offer things like Benevento on his shelves. So that's kind of his flagship tomato. A lot of his tomatoes are F1 hybrids. This is not one of them. This is an open pollinated Ray. And I think, I forget if somebody signed up for this one for the grow out. I'm thinking no, but I will be growing it. And any of the Fred Hempel, Bill Yoder varieties that I'm growing, I'm going to contribute to the grow out. Same with the Jarsons. And other categories as well, as long as I have enough seeds. So here's what I know about Ray. And you can find these at the new Bene Seeds vendor also. It says it's a slightly flattened medium tomato with a bold, sweet flavor and nice firmness and interior texture. Plants produce well and are selected for disease resistance. I found a post from Fred Hempel. It doesn't, I wish I had got the date and I didn't, but this is from the Tomatoville forums, which is an online forum for tomato heads. He says, we have decided to release a new open pollinated beefsteak called Ray for the new year. We have been growing this tomato for a long time. It has been a staple in our mixed medium and mixed heirloom boxes for years. In the winter of 2014-2015, the line was still segregating and we were able to select plants that were TYLCV resistant in the field of our collaborators at Heirloom Farms near Todos Santos, Mexico. I want to say this was a post, now that I'm thinking about it. I think Ray's a really new introduction. I want to say this may have been from last year, maybe the year before, but relatively recently, before he passed, obviously. Additional selections for plant performance, disease resistance, and vigor were made at the Chef's Garden in Ohio in open field trials, where it has also been used in their toy box mix. This tomato was named yesterday, as of writing of this, and the name is a tip of the hat to both Heirloom Farms and the Chef's Garden, as we consider them both tomato growing royalty. Without them, this variety would not exist. Ray is an indeterminate open pollinated variety that produces slightly flattened medium-sized fruit starting at about 70 days after transplant. It is a true breeding tomato bred on 3 farms. Selections were made on our farm at Heirloom Farms in Mexico and at the Chef's Garden in Ohio. Indeterminate vine grows best planted in the ground and trellised or staked. He already said tip of the hat to our collaborators, as we consider both farms kings of tomatoes and tomato growing. So from the words of the late Fred Hempel directly in the Tomatoville forums, it's fantastic. Haley, how about Skittles for a tomato name? It could be. It depends. Like if I'm using Tiny Totem to get larger tomatoes, so it may need to be like a larger candy, like Jawbreaker is probably not the best name for a tomato. It's not that inviting, but yeah, we'll see. I like the name though, Skittles. Kit says looks like chambers inside. It does. I love that interior. I love the green gel and goo. Rowena says, I'll grow that one next year since I'll get them from the 3,000 member win that I had along with others. I'll have a Fred Hempel bed. I will get that out to you, Rowena. I promise. Congratulations on winning it. Luke says, growing Ray for my mother. I think it's her kind of taste. You're so sweet, Luke. I love the color. I love the looks of it. So I'm super excited for this one. Oh, and Luke says she will be 91 this year. Excellent. And Cynthia says, so wonderful that you have your mother. I agree. I'm lucky enough to have both of my parents still too. They're just a bit younger though. They're just turning 80. Everlasting Gobstopper. Maybe we'll have to see. I have no idea what the initial cross of Tiny Totem and Funny Plum Yellow is going to look like. Should be interesting, but it's going to be the next grow outs, F2, F3, and all that. That's going to get really kind of crazy and a hot mess. I can't wait to find out. And I'm doing Tiny Totem and Ink Spot too. Okay, so that's Ray. That's Ray. Next one. Oh, it wouldn't be an episode without a Jarson. This is Jarson 20 version 1, which is a cross between Kazaula 36 WLK and Ananas Noir. Kazaula 36 is a cross between beef orange and orange strawberry with Big Zebra. Actually, I'm getting differing information on this. There's that, and then another one says it's steak sandwich and pink king. I don't know. I just know I love Kazula's. Mixing that with an Ananas Noir, and you get this beautiful red. This photo comes from my Jarson Angel, who gave me seeds for this. I love, you know, the idea of a Nanis Noir crossed with a red tomato. I wish I had an interior photo. I do not, which is quite a shame, but I will after I grow it. You know, I love my Jarsons. If you're watching, Jarson, hello. Hello. Don't be afraid of me. I'm not a stalker. Well, I kind of am a stalker, but I'm not a scary stalker. I'm just a very enthusiastic tomato head Jarson fan stalker. Mama EC, ooh, Jarson. Yeah. Yes. Oh, Kit, yes. We are lucky to have our lovely mother still. My mother was 96 years years old on Saturday. I saw the birthday photo. She's beautiful. Your mom's beautiful. Looks so young. Sorry I'm late. Hello, tomato heads. Hello. Glad you're here, Mama EC. For any of you joining late, make sure you type in hashtag tomato during the chat or in the chat, hashtag tomato. I will do a drawing at the end. We're already over 2 hours. Yeah. I commend you guys for hanging in there with me. We're at 105 viewers, live viewers right now. Let me see how many you've put. And we've had 111 people enter to win. Oh, now 112. That's amazing. So we've had 112 viewers, those that have signed up for the seeds. That's excellent. All right. So that's Jarson 20 version 1. Yeah, lots of nice comments about moms. Kit says, I could hang here all night. I'm so glad you feel that way because I do too. I do too. I get what that subscriber of mine was saying, that my videos are unwatchable, but I feel like if you're a tomato head, you know, I don't know, maybe it would be different watching the recording. Although I think some of you said you watched the recordings. I love the interaction. I love that we're kind of all talking together. Cynthia, we're tomato addicts. Of course we are still here. The numbers keep going up. They keep going up. We're not losing members, that's for sure. Luke says, me, oops. Licia entered, me too, Kit, says Luke. Excellent. Who said that? It was somebody on, I think it was episode 4. They said it they put a comment under my video that said, my videos are unwatchable and they encouraged me to do YouTube shorts. And I responded nicely, but I can't really do this in a short. I do know what shorts are, and I've done a few, but this isn't really short material. And, you know, you don't have to watch. That's okay. Cindy, I'm so disappointed I've been unable to stay for the videos lately. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Happy Friday. And Cynthia says, I enjoy everyone here and can make new friends. We really are making new friends, aren't we? Oh, Missy, your episodes are like talking to friends, a common good all over the world. I'm so glad you feel that way. I do too. Sathi says the lives are epic. Excellent. I hope you guys have April 5th on your calendar for my next Tomato Talk Live with Jen. We're having Craig LaHoulier, co-founder of the Dwarf Tomato Project, and author of Epic Tomatoes. Brianna, I learned so much during these. I'm so glad. Okay, what's next? That's Jarson 20 version 1. This is, speaking of Kazaulas, this is Kazaula 25. Kazaula is a series of tomatoes developed by Polish breeder Anna Jankowski. And this one, the look sold me, to be honest with you. The cross is Pink FF and Copia. I'm not sure what Pink FF means. I meant to ask Ramonte if she knows what that means, but Kazaula uses that a lot in her crosses. It just looks like a Lauren tomato. The striping is beautiful. The interior looks beautiful. This says green striped with pink nuances. Tomato Faifu says recent variety. I think that's kind of old information. Not sure how recent it is. Coming from a line having as parent Copia and a pink variety resistant to brown spot. So there's a lot of different breeding. I think there's an initial cross and then there's like side crosses involved in some of these. Fruits of 150 to 250 grams, round beefsteak type, slightly flattened at the poles and with rounded ribbed shoulders. Greenish flesh mottled with pink in the middle, fleshy and juicy, rich and complex flavor. I like that. Plant with medium development, regular foliage, indeterminate habit, good production from mid-season until frost. Mama CC, are they flavorful? I've only grown one Kazaula so far. I grew Kazaula 24 last year, and it was very good. It was very good. Growing more this year. My Jarson Angel gave me a bunch. Alex, if you're still watching, I got one from him today. I'm not as rabid a collector as I am for the Jarsons, but I am looking to collect all of them because she uses really, really amazing crosses. Ramonte, you heard it, Craig. Craig LaHoulier, I will wake you up. Yes, he's going to be on our show on April 5th. Absolutely. Very, very excited about that. Chris says another beauty. Yes, I agree. It really is a beauty. Kazaula 25's on my grow list, says Rowena. Great. We can grow it together. Who's on Team Kazaula? If any of you are in the group, if you're on Team Kazaula, give us a shout out. That's one of Jen's teams. Hannah wants to know, was it a healthy plant? It was a healthy plant. Very, very good production, too. Very good production. Aaron says, I'm scared to cross into the Kazaula and Jarson world. I can see how it'd be daunting because they're just like names with a bunch of numbers. But if I can encourage you, go there. Go there. You don't have to be crazy like me and want them all. But the 2 Jarsons I grew last year were wonderful, especially Jarson 1. I love that Jarson 1. I'm considering actually growing it again. And I'm not really doing any repeats other than my Bananas Noir and Malachite box. But that Jarson 1, I keep saying this, but you guys who I gave you my Jarson 1 seeds, because there's a bunch of different versions out there, you are in for a treat. And I want to grow it again just to see how it comes out this time. Hope says, I wish some of y'all lived close to me. I have 3 babies of these. I'll end up having 600 tomato plants to give away. Yeah. Struggle is real. Cynthia, you're going into Kazaula land this year? Or Jarson, or both? Next year, I may be on Team Kazaula as I'm slowly collecting them, apparently. That's how I am, Shannon. I didn't really set out to collect them, but my Jarson Angel gave me so many. And I'm actually, Heidi Dolan and I are growing out one that's only an F2 together. We're both going to do 2 plants. Kazaula 55. I don't have a photo. Ramonte looked for a photo. Even she couldn't find it. She has access to a lot of databases. So that is a cross between Cherokee Purple and Black Zebra. So we are growing out 2 plants each of that. And I think another one also. Oh, and Kina gave me seeds for Kazaula 48 version 1, which is Black Japanese Trifel and Cherokee Purple. I cannot find seeds, photos of that either. Ramonte says, yay, so waiting. I hope you will wake me up, Luke. Just be careful. My cannibal tomato germinated. That's a wild tomato too, right? I know you were excited. That's so I could see that would be tough to germinate. I have seeds for that from Woodland Creations. I grow Jarson 1 I got from you. Yay! Yay! I hope you love it as much as I did. What a magnificent looking tomato. Anyone here from Michigan? Give us a shout out. Amanda, yes, I find them intimidating too. I'm already overwhelmed with tomatoes that have names. I know. Lynn says, I have 12 Kazaulas and 10 Jarsons. Yay. Yay. Jarson emailed me. Can I just say that again? Twice. The initial outreach and then, oh, balloons. I don't know how that happened. Twice he emailed me. My initial response to him didn't scare him away. I'm freaking out. Becca says the Kazaulas have been hard to come by for me. I refuse to purchase at this point. Good for you. Good for you. There's enough of us growing them in the group that you'll be able to trade. Kathy says, I'm from Michigan. And Lynn says, Bigfoot is from Michigan. Is that a profile name or are you talking about actual like Sasquatch? I don't know. Hope says, Becca, I should have a lot for trade after this season. Yeah, I think a lot of us will. And we've got Team Kazaula in the grow outs. Are TLC people still getting seeds from all the grow out? Well, it's going to depend. I mean, people that are on the team will obviously get them, and then it will totally depend on that person, how many seeds they saved, whether or not, it totally depends. I intend on saving seeds for all of them. I save as many seeds as possible. So I fully intend on sharing my seeds. That's part of the fun of it for me, at least. Some people don't like to share seeds, afraid of passing disease and things like that. I'm not one of those people at all. At all. It's a very mindful activity for me. I feel like it connects us across the world, sharing our varieties, sharing our stories about varieties. It's very mindfulness is such a big thing. When I'm filling seed trades, I'm only thinking about the tomato and that person. When I receive seeds, when I receive an envelope, I got a nice one from Alex today with a beautiful card attached to it. I know that he was thinking of me and the tomato, and it's mindfulness is more than meditation. That can be seed swapping, and for me, it absolutely is. Hope says, I love it too, Lauren. Yes. Yes. Ferment your seeds. Yep. I ferment all my seeds. Team Jarson, I'm growing all my Jarsons just in case I have failures. And Malachi Jen's here, growing 3 Jarson and 2 Kazaula. Wish I had room for more. You know what? 3 Jarsons is still a good thing. Which 2 Kazaulas, Jen? Oh, I think you mentioned this in our chat the other day, and I didn't get a chance to go back and look. I apologize. In fact, I think you were saying that one of mine that I have in my grow list you heard wasn't very good, so I'd like to hear, because I have not started yet. Inga says, I got Kazaula 179 after Jen's video. Yes, she did go crazy for that one, didn't she? Yes, fermented, no problems. Yes. Ferment. When you ferment, you get rid of diseases, pathogens, all of that. For me, that's the way that I save all my seeds is fermentation. Definitely always ferment. Yes. A lot of people say, well, I just put them on a paper plate or whatever, and they germinate fine, and they will germinate fine. But if you're sharing, it's one thing if you're going to grow them for yourself. If you're sharing seeds, I find that, just fermenting them will be the best option for you. Make people feel comfortable with your seeds and, not transfer disease across states, countries, and all soil-borne pathogens, things like that. Okay, off my soapbox. Let's go to the next one. Etoile chocolate. I received seeds for this from Lydia at Carolina's Paradise. I don't know if she has them in stock. At the time, it was like from a trade that she didn't have them on her site. I think I saw that she does have them on her site now. If she does not, tomatoeden.net has them. What do we know about Etoile chocolate? The breeder is Zagalin from Russia, and it's selected from the regular Etoile variety. Super yielding, tall, handsome, elongated fruits. The first fruits in the cluster are strongly ribbed, sweet, up to 10 pieces in a cluster. I mean, look at those clusters. Height of the bush is 180 to 200 centimeters. Excellent fruit set, bears fruit for a long time. Compared to regular Etoile, the fruits are more beautiful and tasty. I love the looks of this thing. Love the looks of it. Not a lot of information on it. I went to Ramonte for this one as well. Not a lot of information on it. Just know that it's from Russia, the breeder's Zagalin, and that it came from, I don't know if it's a cross of regular Etoile or a mutation of regular Etoile, but look at the shape and the color. That production sounds fantastic. I love these clusters and the description for me. Lydia sent me many seeds in our trade that weren't listed on her site. And I think I posted a photo of like my haul that she sent me. And there was a member who freaked out because I guess she was at a seed swap not long ago. Somebody had Etoile chocolate. She didn't get it. And she was like kicking herself for not. So she had been searching high and low for these seeds. And she's like, where did you get that? And Lydia actually privately offered her some seeds that she had left as well. But you can purchase them from Tomato Eden. You may want to check on Carolina's Paradise on Etsy. She may now have them in her shop. I'm not really sure. Melinda, has anyone tried to save seeds from sun gold? I got some seeds at a plant swap. The person said they have been growing them for some time. It will form a tomato, obviously, and it will look like sun gold. It will not taste like the sun gold that you're used to, because it's a hybrid. But, it could be a tasty tomato, but it definitely won't be the same. There's now an open pollinated called Big Sun Gold. Thank you, Cynthia. There's like Sun Gold Select 2 and 3. There's a lot of like the open pollinated versions of Sun Gold out there. I haven't grown Sun Gold Select. I've grown a lot that say they're as good as Sun Gold, but they're not actually Sun Gold, so I don't know how they are. I have heard that they're not as good. But, that's just what I heard. I don't have personal experience with it. Kit says, for me too, it's so fun to share with other tomato growers and get back some varieties that don't have. Yeah. I mean, gosh, some of the varieties that I feel, I don't want to say pedestrian, but like some of the varieties we can get here in America. I know Kina will freak out. Like, she had me order Bow Mango for her. Not that that's not a great variety. I'm really excited to grow it, but it's easy to get here, but not in Norway. It's not. So it's funny, and the varieties she can get readily that I can't from certain vendors, I freak out over. So that's the beauty of what our collective, our Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap does, is sharing our stories, our heirlooms, our seeds, our thoughts on tomatoes, tips. Ramonte, oh, this is a big compliment. Thank you, Ramonte. From you, this is a big compliment. Love your answer about Sun Gold F1. If you'd like to elaborate more on that, I would love that. Yeah, I'll just reiterate what she's talking about is that you can save seeds from Sun Gold and you will get something that may resemble Sun Gold, but it is intentionally bred from 2 varieties. It's intentionally a hybrid to get that look and that flavor. So you can grow it out. It will not be the same tomato, though. It shouldn't even really be called Sun Gold at that point. I'm dehybridizing a mini dwarf variety called Little Napoli. It's a compact variety, grows to about between 2 and 3 feet. It has had these wonderful little paste tomatoes, very tasty. I've been just for fun destabilizing it for a couple years now. It resembles nothing like Little Napoli. I don't call it Little Napoli. I'm calling it Little Napoleon. It's now in an F6. They're now little mini beefsteaks. So I'm hoping, maybe in a couple of years or a year or two, maybe it'll be ready. I've shared seeds with a few of you that are willing to have a hot mess on your hands, but they're almost a micro dwarf size, and that's what I'm hoping to do with it. My point is, it's no longer Little Napoli, because Little Napoli was a hybrid F1 variety, that 2 intentional crosses that were bred to have that compact growth habit, these elongated Roma tomatoes with that flavor. So I can't call it Little Napoli. And I know a lot of people, especially in the micro dwarf world, will dehybridize things and not put that on the seed packet and call it the same thing. And it's really not the same tomato any longer. I was going to mention this, Mama Easy. I grow Sun Gold from suckers only. I did that last year. I grew Sun Gold. It was my first time growing Sun Gold, believe it or not. I didn't feel like it lived up to the hype personally, but I did take a sucker because it was an early producer for me. I took a sucker from it, put it right in soil, and grew another Sun Gold plant, had late season cherries from it. I'm not sure what this is relating to. Please try. Really worth to try. That beautiful smell of the leaves. Not sure what you mean, Ramon, or what that's referring to, Ramonte, but oh, wait, we got an answer here from Malachite Jen. I grew Sun Gold Select, not as good and much smaller fruit than the original, even though it was advertised as bigger than regular Sun Gold. Interesting. Cynthia says, worlds apart come together over tomatoes. Karina, hi, Karine. That Etoile looks great. Also trying Sun Gold this year. Don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful tomato. It's very, very good. I've just had better cherries. I've got high hopes for that Black Hole Sun, that Sun Gold cross from Bill Jeffers that I shared last episode. Sun Gold and a black tomato. They're these, oh, they look so juicy and so rich. Oh, freaking out over that one. So good. Melinda, I've never tried Sun Gold, so I'll never know whether they're similar. It's a yummy tomato. It's for a lot of people, that's their number one cherry. I say this all the time too. I'm a sucker for suckers. If you watch any of my videos, you'll know that I love rooting suckers. I'm doing it right now, as a matter of fact, with a couple micros. No, Jen, I have not, but you've told me about it, and I meant to put on my grow list this year. I think I got seeds because of you. Did you grow Sun Sugar, Lauren? I prefer it over Sun Gold. You've said that. Maybe should I add it to my grow list? Remember, I don't know if you guys were around last episode. I couldn't think of any cherries that I was growing. I was talking about Black Hole Sun. I'm like, I know I'm growing cherries. What am I growing? And I mentioned my coyote crosses, strawberry coyote, rosy coyote, and Wiley sweet cherry. Those are my 3 coyote crosses that I'm working on stabilizing. But I forgot about a few. There's terracotta cherry, which is unique, and I got from Evan at Heirloom Seed House. He doesn't have them on his site right now, so don't bother looking. There were, and then all of Bill Yoder's, all the Prince collection except for Purple Rain. Those are all cherries. So yeah, I forgot about all these cherries I'm growing. Oh, hello from Germany. Hi, Kathleen Loeffler. Glad you're here. Hashtag tomato. If you're joining us late, make sure you write hashtag tomato in the comments, and I will do a drawing at the end. We're at 107 live viewers right now. It's just crazy. Oh, Blessed Vermont says, I prefer Sun Sugar over Sun Gold also. See, these are great tips, you guys. These are great tips. Shannon says, I've got to acquire Etoile chocolate. It's on my to acquire one day list. Well, I'll be having seeds for sure. Amanda, my toddler ate about 200 Sun Gold last year. It's a good toddler one. It is that and coyote. Coyote's my favorite cherry. That I share this every episode, but my son, who's now 26, he would come down to the garden with me and he would eat coyotes like they're candy, and they really are delicious. And my coyote crosses are equally delicious too. Oh, my excitement is contagious. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm sorry I keep saying the number, but we're at 111 live viewers. This is like a movement. This is fantastic. Hello, everyone. If you're joining us, hi, Michael Breyer. Type in hashtag tomato in the comments. I'm going to do a live drawing at the end of the episode for seeds for you get to choose. I'm going to do a drawing for 5 people, and I'll give you a choice of some of the seeds I showcased today that you can choose from. So, all right, back. That's Etoile chocolate from Russia. Oh, and Amanda says, I will try Sun Sugar for my little ones. That's a hybrid also, right, Malachite Jen? Almost positive. I think I got seeds after you told me to get them. And another one, Haley says, I also prefer Sun Sugar over Sun Gold. Good tips. Really good tips. All right, what's next? Dwarf Pink Passion. Who's grown this? It looks and sounds great. I got seeds from Tomato Faifu. On this one, the shape of the fruit, the exterior color, and the interior color. That's what initially grabbed me. This is the Tomato Faifu description. Very recent variety. Now, some of their information on Tomato Faifu is a bit old, so I don't know how recent it is. But it's a very recent variety developed from 2008 to 2014. So it depends on what you consider recent. As part of the Dwarf Tomato Project, one of the varieties resulting from the crossing of Anna Banana Russian and Rosa Vetrov. From those other, the Dwarf Tomato Project, they've got like different families that they have. Like this is from the Nosy family. I forget what, there's like Sleepy family, I think. I forget, there's a bunch of different families on the dwarf tomato project, but this is from the nosy family. Fruit from 120 to 300 grams, heart-shaped with a tendency to blunt for large sizes, dark pink, almost purple, discreetly streaked with dark green, dense and firm beef with a creamy texture containing little gel and seeds, excellent sweet and well-balanced flavor, compact tree-type plant, robust regular rugose foliage, indeterminate, generous regular harvests from mid-season until frost. Sounds great. Brianna says the shape, the bold black cherry red. Yes. Oh no. I've grown pink passion. It was sadly underwhelming. Well, I'm glad we do these episodes because maybe I need to put this on the bubble then. But Shannon says dwarf pink passion is my number 3 or 4 favorite dwarf so far from the dwarf tomato project, at least. See, this proves my point that taste is so subjective. It really is. Jen says sun sugar is a hybrid. Yeah, my 6-year-old's favorite, but she also loves coyote too. Yeah, that one's a crazy wild tomato, but very delicious wild one. Rowena, I've grown it a few times over the last few years. My son grew it last year as I started a plant for him. It was one of his favorites so far. Are we talking about dwarf pink passion, Rowena? Cynthia says, we want seeds starting to grow outs in your thoughts weekly. Well, we will do it. I'll have to pick a day and a time we can do this, but I like this time frame, or at least the time frame when we started hours ago. Darla says, I have pink passion, but it hasn't made the list yet. Yeah, now I'm a little disappointed with Francis's comment because life is too short for crappy tomatoes. Just is. Blessed Vermont says, I have grown this. It has a wonderful tomato sweet flavor. Okay. I always feel, and obviously I know this isn't true because I keep sharing about my plight with red tomatoes, how I haven't found any other than sweet scarlet dwarf that knock my socks off. But I look at a photo like this in the dark interior and I think that's got to have great flavor. But clearly that's not always true, right? Amanda says, so I was going to knock it off my list and then someone else loves it. I'm conflicted. Pink passion. Yeah, me too. Me too. Are you talking to me, Cynthia? What are my top 3 to 4? Like tomatoes of all time? Or dwarfs, or not sure. Let me know. And if it's not intended for me, I apologize. Marie says, I'm learning so much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Hi, Kenneth. Never heard of dwarf pink passion. Looks good. Has antho shoulders. I noticed that too. Doesn't look too pronounced. What are the crosses again? Anna Banana Russian and Rosa Vetrov. I don't know what Rosa Vetrov is. Yeah, it looks so pretty. Cynthia says it looks like it has rich, dark flavor. Francis says, I'll give pink passion another chance then. Maybe it was a fluke. Or maybe not. Climate and growing conditions and all that really make a difference as well in taste. And our taste buds are all different. But I appreciate everybody's input on all of this. Oh, Rowena says, I wouldn't say pink passion has loud flavor. Yeah, that could be a game changer. Trust me, knocking things off my list would not be a bad thing at all. What does potato leaf mean? I will show you. Hang on. It's just a different type of leaf on tomatoes. Let's see. Okay. Here I happen to have 2 plants. Even though I didn't start tomatoes yet, just happen to have 2 plants. Regular rugose foliage, tomato foliage is probably what you're used to. Looking like this, right? It's what they just consider regular leaves. These are the new 3.3 inch bootstrap farmer pots. By the way, gang, the roots coming out the bottom. Trying to up-put this guy. And this is Bananas Noir. This is Bill Yoder's Suffer Well, which definitely needs up potting. These leaves are starting to turn color on me. Needs up potting. I'm waiting to do a video, but this is called Potato Leaf. Looks similar to leaves of a potato plant. So you can see what the difference in the foliage is there, right? Why? Bill Yoder kind of shared a bit about this in our last Tomato Talk Live. Some people believe that that potato leaf is more resistant to disease. Some people believe that because it's got more leaf out there, that it catches the sun more and makes for a sweeter, more delicious tomato. There's a lot of schools of thought on it, but that's the difference. That's the difference. Some people really, really jones for potato leaf plants. I don't know. I like both. It's kind of, you're a tomato head when you can present examples like on the fly. Cynthia says, I just learned that potato leaf are supposed to be stronger, more disease resistant. They do say that, but then Bill Yoder said in our episode a couple weeks ago that he's finding that to actually not be true any longer. For his opinion. Needs Suffer Well still. Yeah, that was a Suffer Well. Looking good. Is there a list of potato leaf dwarf varieties? Not that I'm aware of. A lot of Bill Yoders are. Do you notice a taste difference? Thank you for that explanation. You're welcome. It's hard to say. There are some varieties that have both a regular version. All this talking about tomatoes has put my pup to sleep beside me. Oh, night, night, pup. There are some tomatoes that have a regular leaf version and a potato leaf version. Kellogg's Breakfast has one called KBX. Is that right? Black Crim has one. There's a Cherokee Purple one. There's many that have been bred to have a potato leaf version too. I have never tasted one of those side by side to have the potato leaf version or the regular together, so I can't answer that. But like I said, some people really think that potato leaf is more disease resistant and taste better. I don't know. I know my regular leaf tomatoes have tasted incredible over the years. Scarlet Heart, Tasmanian Chocolate, Wild Fred, Pink Passion. One we are not clear on, it may be Jewish Ox Heart. My mother's favorites are Wild Fred and the one that may be Jewish Ox Heart. A lot of Bill Yoder's are potato leaf. Lynn says Karen Olivier bred some potato leaf dwarfs. Yeah, there's a lot out there, but I don't think there's a master list, at least not at this point. Maybe that's on the horizon for TLC. And I haven't grown any potato leaf. Now I have to try some. Dwarf, of course. Micro potato leaf. Funny you asked that. I think you asked me that over private message recently, right? I have one growing right now. It's from Tomato Eden. It's called Dwarf Patio Plum. It's a micro, and it's potato leaf. Super, super cool. Facebook user. I think the more people on the live, the more giveaways you should have. Well, you're not going to be eligible to win any giveaways because you're not signed in, my friend. Make sure you are signed in or watch on my YouTube channel. Gosh, I sure would love to, but I'm so behind on all of my giveaways so far that I would just be, and it's tomato planting season. So I get it if I wasn't so behind. I've done now, this is episode 6 of this. I have all the prizes that I was giving away for our 3,000th member celebration and also some trades I'm behind on. So I really need a bit of a break. So I wish I could. And we've got another giveaway for the 3,000 member celebration. For those that couldn't attend the live, I still have to arrange that drawing. We've got new prizes coming out and all that. So I can't. I mean, is Yellow Surprise variegated potato leaf? I don't know. You can check with Keena on that. She's our variegated expert. All right, let's move on to another tomato. Domingo. Oops, got to show it. Domingo. All right, full disclosure, I couldn't care less about this tomato, truthfully. But if you guys have been following me, if you're a subscriber on the YouTube channel or been in the group for a while, listen to our lives, Mr. Tomato Head, my husband Rob, wants a big tomato. We've never even got to 2 pounds. Our Jarson 18.3 last year came achingly close, but no cigar. So we grew Big Zac last year. They didn't get to be 2 pounds. But Domingo is supposed to be a record breaker and taste good from what I hear. So even though I could care less about size of tomatoes, he's really good to me and deals with all this craziness. He loves tomatoes too, and we do it together. He's just not in front of the camera kind of guy. So here's what I know about Domingo. It says it breaks multiple world records for size. Amazing producer of extra large tomatoes, often 2 pounds to up to 6 pounds by elite growers. I don't know that I'm an elite grower. I'm a excited grower, but I don't know that I'm an elite grower. Larger specimens often result from multiple tightly fused ovaries, so lobing is not as pronounced as in most other giant varieties. Red flesh and clear skin with a very pleasant balanced flavor. Positive reviews on flavor. Multi-generational family heirloom from Castellamare del Golfo, Sicily, Italy. Vincenzo Domingo, who introduced this variety to North America, has grown 4-pound tomatoes on a single truss with a total weight of around 20 pounds. Sadly, Vincenzo passed away in December 2014, but his tomato growing legacy continues with this variety. So that's Domingo. Like I said, we were very disappointed in Big Zac last year. Did not grow anywhere near a 2-pound tomato. Our Jarsons grew much bigger tomatoes than that. So this is Domingo. Look at that little guy holding that tomato. That looks so cute and awesome. Hang on, let me close some of these pictures here. Cynthia says, I do like big tomatoes. Licia says, I want to cross Domingo and Istra. I haven't grown Istra. Melinda says, I'm growing this one again. Last year, my best friend or boyfriend, probably best boyfriend's grandparents mixed up the tags, but there weren't any giant ones. Oh, man. We tried really hard last year. You know, we were careful on only that plant. We were careful to prune, and we only allowed a certain amount of fruits per plant. Just didn't cut it. Not with Big Zac anyway. Wendy says, I grew Domingo. It gets pretty big, but not as big as my goat bag tomatoes. Interesting. There was another variety I mentioned in one of the episodes that I didn't choose it because they were huge, but I remember reading in the description, they talked about like 4 to 6 pound tomatoes. I wish I could remember what that was. I don't. Marie, I'm with you. I'm more into the flavor. Same. What if Domingo turns out to be your favorite of the season? Then I shall celebrate Domingo in all of its bigness. I will celebrate it for sure. Yeah, it looks super cool. And I want this for Rob. I do. I want this for Rob. And so many of you, including you, Malachite Jen, you just sent me. So many of you are like looking out for Mr. Tomato Head. Jen just sent me King Kong and Lilac Giant. I know King Kong was meant for a big one. I think Lilac Giant was just for flavor, right, Jen? Thank you for that, by the way. But over the last year or so, since I've shared about the plight of the big tomato with Mr. Tomato Head, so many of you have sent me seeds for various big tomatoes. And I tell Rob every time they come in the mail, and he's floored by it all. And I'm very humbled by it. So thank you guys. Lauren, how was the taste on Big Zac? It was okay. I've heard that, I remember reading that flavor-wise, they say it's one of the tastier big ones. You know, it was good. It wasn't like, wow, but it was good. Oh, Luke, Domingo, very sweet taste, very juicy, a lot of meat. It looks good. That interior looks really great. And this is another one that I had a heck of a time finding an interior picture. All right, I get it. The whole thing is about the big tomato. I get it. But look, throw me a bone here. I need to see the inside because if it looks anemic, I'm going to choose another one. What is the biggest tomato you guys have ever grown? Share that in the comments. Jennifer says, Doc and Katie's Garden Xanadu are doing a big tomato challenge for 2024 of Domingo. Interesting. I'd like to hear more about that. Doc and Katie's Garden Xanadu. I'm not familiar with them. Is that up in Canada? Licia said, when I grew Big Zac, it had great flavor. Good to know. Good to know. Cindy, I have Diamante growing also, and it beat out Domingo one year. Oh, I'm not familiar with that variety. Diamante. Isn't it just incredible how many varieties there are? Luke said, very delicious. Ooh, that's a big compliment from you. Marie, I'm afraid it would be calling the wildlife saying, eat me, eat me. Yeah, we talked about wildlife my last episode. This is why I pick almost at first blush. Oh, I found that book I was telling you about last time that I got Jen for our very first trade. Rob and I got this book like when it first came out. It's old, 2002. Got this little book. It's written by Mike McGrath, who is the host of the You Bet Your Garden podcast. He's really great. He knows his stuff. And he was the first one that was talking to, that I learned about burying your plants really deep, which was painful in the beginning because it's like you've got this big plant and then it goes down to nothing. And he also talks about picking at first blush. I shared last episode that we've done taste test over vine ripened versus first blush. I can't tell a difference. But I referenced this book and I couldn't find it in my thing the other day. But this is it. It's out of print, but you can find used copies on Amazon. They're really cute. It's got these great like little drawings and stuff too. But he's got some really great tips. Okay, let's look at another tomato and put it on the screen. That would be helpful. What's next? Behind the Wheel, another Bill Yoder from the Depeche Mode series. This is from pictures from his Facebook page, and I feel like he said the ones in the photo here are overripe. He says it's another new addition to his Depeche Mode series. They're early maturing striped yellow tomatoes with a pink blush in the center. They're super pretty, aren't they? These are a bit overripe. They're very fruity and sweet at this point. You can harvest them a bit earlier and have a much brighter yellow striped tomato with a brighter flavor. I seem to always want more bright yellow tomatoes to include in my mixed color chef's boxes. This looks like a beauty. Feel very fortunate to have these seeds. Thank you again, Linda. Want all the Depeche Mode series. Well, I know a couple of them are growing them out. I know Luke's growing them out. I'm growing them out. Linda's growing them out. And I know some vendors got their hands on some seeds too. So after this season, that's private conversation, I guess. After this season, they'll be available. So yeah, you can almost tell that this photo is overripe, but I love the striping on it, the outside coloring and the inside coloring. Looks really juicy and sweet. Last year, my biggest was 1.68 pounds of my pink potato leaf cross. We think Stump of the World is one of its parents. All right, I guess this is part of the private conversation. Hope, my Brandywine and Cherokee Purple had many, many that were well over a pound this year. A couple almost 2 pounds. That's the best I've done. Yeah, we got some big ones this year too. African Queen got really big, but still not 2 pounds. I know our mushroom compost led to production for sure. Brianna says it's like a mustard yellow. Love it. You're right. And that I don't see that color in tomatoes all that often. We've got the ochre color, gold color, but this is like a mustard yellow. You're right. All right, what's next? We still have, let's see, just a couple more. Only a couple. It's only been almost 3 hours. I mean, come on. All right. Next is Elafirov's Secret. I've chosen quite a number of varieties from Vitaly Elefirov from Kazakhstan this year. This is another one by him. This information is from the vendor Lux Tomatoes from Latvia. Indeterminate mid-season, up to 1.8 meters tall. The fruits are heart-shaped burgundy chocolate color, weighing 200 to 450 grams. The pulp is fleshy, sugary, low in seeds, very tasty. And then they recommend that you double stem it. I wish I could remember where I heard that this one was really good, but I don't. I just know I wanted it and I was lucky to get it. These came from Carolina's Paradise too. I don't remember if it was from ordering. I think it may have been from our trade. So I don't know if she has them in her shop. Tomato Eden might carry it. I know she carries a lot of Elafirov's varieties, but check Carolina's Paradise too. She's got a lot of great varieties. One says, that looks great. Love the color. Me too. Me too. I'm looking forward to growing many of his varieties this year. Cindy says, I'm going to have to go back and watch these last lives and get me a want list going for sure. I'm warning you now. I am warning you now. Lots of red today. I know. I'm not giving up on the reds, Missy. I love the looks of this one too. Yeah. I think I got super excited over the greens that I kind of compiled them all in the first couple episodes because the greens excite me more, to be honest with you. So now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and here's some reds. So that's Elafirov's Secret. All right, now I've got another long keeper. Oh, what happened? Oh no. What happened? Hang on. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties again. What's going on? Please stand by. Oh no. Where's my other slides? Hang on. We got to find this. All right, that's not it. Come on. Where's my other slides? My slides are lost. I have nothing after Elafirov's Secret. What happened to them? I wonder if I can put them up really quickly. Hang on, guys. Bear with me. There's only a couple more, but I do want to show the pictures. Did I not save them? Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, hang on. I can do this. It's only two more. Okay, we're good. Man, technical difficulties today. All right, let's see if we can do this again. All right, we got this. This is Anarita. And this is a long keeper I got from Uprising Seeds. It's part of their Gusto Italiano project. And they've teamed up with a company called Smarties.bio. This is a long keeper, and I had read an article about the flavor of this Anarita. And as far as I know, Uprising Organics is the only place that carries it. From the Dry Farming Institute says there's a good story behind it too. Anarita's father drove trains for a living and brought seed of this storage tomato from Puglia 50 years ago when he moved north to Padova. Anarita shared the seed with Andrea Gadina of Smarties.bio. And they're the ones that teamed up with Uprising Organics for this Gusto Italiano project. Shared the seeds in April 2019. It is harvested in August and September and can be stored until April. To store, hang the tomatoes in a cool but sheltered place like a garage. They store for 6 months or more. The ideal would be to get them hanging in clusters so they are more ventilated. When it is not possible to hang them, they can be laid in wooden boxes. It is most often consumed raw on frizzelle with a drizzle of oil and oregano, similar to bruschetta, or cooked to flavor dishes such as fish soup or sauces. It is not used to make tomato puree. Okay. Indeterminate, perfect for dry farming. Can be harvested at the end of the summer and stored at room temperature till April of the following year. Solid flesh, thick skin that allow a long shelf life. Harvest when orange. So I've been really excited about this one. I've been ordering many seed packets and giving away many seed packets of this Anarita. Maybe you got some from me because I read, I compiled a list of all the long keepers. That's another resource we have in the group. And there's some like articles on there about various long keepers. And this one won a lot of taste tests. So I'm excited. On my grow list, woohoo, did I give you seeds for this, Luke? I think I did. Kit loves long keepers. Kit is responsible for our long keeper obsession. Corrine says Anarita looks fantastic. I agree. These photos are from different sources, different websites. Amanda, I think you sent me this one. I think I'm almost positive I did in that long keeper group. Cynthia says, I'm excited to do that this year. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Brianna says, I made sure I was home from grocery shopping just in time, turned this on, cleaned and put everything away, and made and am eating dinner with the tomato lady, as my boyfriend lovingly calls her. And he's like, who is this woman that's talking about tomatoes for 3 hours? That's me. That's me. Anarita is on my list. Thanks for the seeds. You're welcome. You're welcome, my friend. Luke says, yes. Thank you so much, Lauren. You're very welcome. Adding to my list, 31st change, Marie. Mama Isi says, Anarita looking great. I agree. I'm growing more lawn keepers than I kind of wanted to. I have so many. I mean, I ordered everything Meraki Seeds had. I've ordered everything that Tomato Eden has as far as lawn keepers. I ordered from that site in Italy. I got like 4 regional Spanish varieties from a member from Spain. So it's really hard to narrow it down, but some of them just look and sound so good. And I think I'm grateful to Kit for bringing these to our attention this year in the group. They've really these have become a movement. That is for sure. Haley says, that's so funny. My husband always asks if I'm watching Lauren or Jen. Well, I'm in good company. That's for sure. Lauren, you are so generous. Thank you. That's a nice thing to say. I love sharing seeds. Lisa says, I would love to grow these Anarita. Uprising, I think it's Uprising Organics or Uprising Seeds. Great website. I've ordered from them many times. They also, in part of this Gusto Italiano project, they also have a lot of radicchio, like regional Italian radicchio. So I ordered a bunch of those too. But this, and I think Pianolo del Vesuvio, is the only other tomato in this Gusto Italiano project. And what that is, I believe, is just bringing forward regional varieties that they want to save, kind of like a slow food organization, project, my understanding of it. Oh, my brother Riverdale has got me watching your channel. Thank you. I know Riverdale. Thank you. Linda says, love this Anarita. Okay, last one, gang. Last one, and then we're calling it a day. Blue Ridge Black. This is one by Millard Murdoch, who is the genius breeder behind things like Captain Lucky and First Mate. It looks and sounds outstanding. It's one of the varieties on Secret Seed Cartel. And what they say is, this is another wonderful tomato from the gardens of Millard Murdoch of East Flat Rock, North Carolina. the result of a natural cross of Blue Ridge Mountain and an unknown variety. A beautiful dusty purple that is picture perfect and very crack resistant. Produces all season, large potato leaf plants, most average about 8 to 10 ounces. Like most blacks, it has a deep smoky taste forward and a sweet afterthought. Looks and sounds amazing. I've last year Captain Lucky was one of my favorites. First Mate was also very good. So I've become a fan of Millard Murdoch's work. He's no longer with us. We have a breeder resource sheet of his in the group also. I think it was our first one. Teresa Smith from Terra Nova Farms was a friend of his, so she compiled that for us. Or did she compile it? Yes, she did. She compiled it, and I asked her if we could put it in the guides. So it's good to have that connection with him. Licia says, I have to grow more Millard Murdoch since he's from my neck of the woods. You should. You should. Cindy says, everyone needs to look in the guides and watch Kit Linderoth's video, shows how to hang the lawn keepers. I agree. I think I put the link to her video on my spreadsheet. Did I not? In the group, or our resource sheet on lawn keepers? I meant to. I think I did. Because it was like, she puts up that video in September and we're all watching like, what is that? And then I had Evan from Heirloom Seed House on a live show interview with him talking about Italian lawn keepers. So we've become a lawn keeper obsessed group. That is for sure. Luke's growing this one also. It looks awesome. It looks smoky for sure. Cynthia says, I have Captain Lucky and First Mate, but not this one. Oh, Rosa's growing this too. Great. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. There are videos in that guide. I need to watch that. I could be wrong, but I know there's a link to articles. If there's not a link to her video in there, I will make it a point to add it. I meant to. But in the meantime, if you search in the group, search Kit's name and lawn keepers, you'll come up with the post where she shares the video of her stringing her lawn keepers. It's really great. All right, gang. So that is number 107. So since I'm growing somewhere between 120 to 150, still to be determined, it's not yet everything, but I'm going to end the series here because all good things must come to an end. But it's been a lot of fun, and it's been enlightening. And I know that I'd like to do this once a week with you guys at this time because it gets so many of you from Europe in the conversation that our Tomato Talk Live doesn't, because we do it late. So it's been really fun doing this with all of you. Thank you for your time. You're welcome. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. So let's give away some prizes. Here's what I've got to give away. Here's what your choices will be. A 12 chocolate, Dwarf Pink Passion, Ray, Baba Room, Blue Ridge Black, and then I'm also going to throw in there my Banana Noir, Jarson 1, and Malachite box. So let me, oh no, I can't scroll through what we did because I can go in the other thing. Hang on. I can go in the old grow list. I can show some of them. Up to 100. I guess it doesn't let you go past 100, which is kind of crazy. All right, here were the first couple. Baba Room, Lloyd E. Fry, Electric Eli, Amanda's variety, and Akito Vaya, and then it stopped there. Hang on, I can do this. No problem. Then we had things from the Prince collection. Showing this? Yes. 1999, Little Red Corvette, Raspberry Beret, Beautiful Ones, Controversy, Turtle Purple, Ray, Jarson 20, version 1, Kazaula 25, a 12 chocolate, Dwarf Pink Passion, Domingo. I have seeds for Domingo, extra seeds for Domingo also. Actually, we can add that to the list. Behind the Wheel, Alifirov's Secret, Anarita. I have seeds for Anarita too, the Lawn Keeper, and Blue Ridge Black. Let me add that. Anarita and Domingo. Okay. So let's pull 5 names. If you win, please contact me. And private message is the best way to do that. If you're not in the group, let me put up my email address. And again, I want to remind you, if you're joining us late, if I haven't answered your private message yet or your email, I am getting to it. I apologize. It's been a bit of a crazy week trying to get some doing my best to get seeds out. If there's something you win that you must have for this year, just let me know. I'd be happy to get it out sooner. Otherwise, it may be a few weeks. Then I will answer your private message. Can't wait to see pics later in the growing season of everyone's plants. Me too. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Hi, Ramonte. Saying goodnight to Lynn. All right, let's get the giveaway tool up. Oh my gosh, 127 entries. Every time, every episode, we get more and more. It's crazy. Yeah, for whoever said that I should give away more, I know I should. I wish I could. I'm strapped for time. I just can't. But I'll give away another 5. So there's been 30 just from these 6 episodes. So it's a lot. Okay, number 1. Kristen Ledane. Congratulations, Kristen. All right. Number 2. If you're on my YouTube channel and you don't subscribe, I would appreciate if you did hit that subscribe button. It does help me out a lot. Got quite a few subscribers. Hector, congratulations, Hector. I've gotten quite a few new subscribers from the series, and I do appreciate that a lot. And then eventually, if I can start getting a little bit of money from YouTube, it can help offset the cost of like postage and things like that, which would help. It would help. Cheryl Wilson. Cheryl, I still owe you I still owe you 7 Rivers, Cheryl. I'm aware of that. I'm sorry. That was from one of the unboxings. I think that's been a while on that one. I apologize. Number 4. Sarah Thompson. Congratulations, Sarah. And one more. Oh my gosh, we're over 3 hours. This is a world record. It's like the grand finale of the series. I'll see if I can put together the list of all the varieties I've talked about so far, maybe post it in the group. Mama EC, congratulations, Mama. Congratulations, everybody. So please contact me and we'll work out what your prizes are. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. My heart is warmed by spending this time with you all and talking tomatoes. It's really been an eye-opener just to see how much we really like to talk about tomatoes, like for hours and hours. And I could come to you every day and you're still here. So it's been wonderful. But everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, I'll be in touch about doing this as like a weekly thing. We'll do tomato school, tomato 101, something like that, and just talk about different varieties and showcase them. I think it'll be fun. So until next time, gang, peace and love. Get your gratitude on and go grow tomatoes. Have a good weekend.